Is that better?
There we are.
Yay, we're here. Well, welcome to the show.
Sorry.
TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with you-know-who. And you-know-who.
Peekaboo.
Oh, what a mess we are today. It was a tough night with the bunnies, and we're still dealing with some problems. But we had some great signs that the mama bunny came back, and it looks like she fed them. I can't say for certain, but I'm almost 100% certain she fed them last night. But then we had a major rainstorm during the night. We had to rescue the bunnies, bring them inside. We're just a crazy mess today.
I was awoken at 4:20 in the morning, not for you know what, but to rush out and save them from the pouring rain. Ugh.
So they're in the garage right now, and we want to put them back out there by the time she's feeding them, at least. But it's been a mess. And we had another weird thing happen yesterday after our happy hour show. It is 100% weird.
It's like a Libra cusp question. What did the predator bird mean?
No, this is so weird. Our son, Mr. We got to tell you and spend a little time on this, because some of you might have some ideas, like maybe even Apple. But you know what? And Violet Ann. But we were sitting here, he was helping him with work, and we sat in the living room for a while before he left. And suddenly he says to us, I'm going to say it just the way he said it because it was so cool. He said, "What's that big-ass bird in your tree?" And I'm like, "What big-ass bird?" I'm like, that biggest bird we've had is a woodpecker. I've seen a woodpecker in the tree. So that's what I assumed. And
there's a big robin. There's a real big robin, but it's like, that.
And mourning doves and stuff like that. Well, so I walked towards the window to look, and it came out of the tree and landed on the ground, and it was a huge hawk. And what I didn't see right away was there was something on the ground next to it. It had prey. And it was starting to eat it right in front of our deck. And so we were freaking out, thinking it might have been one of the baby bunnies. And Mr. O ran out front to check on the bunnies, and me and my son were trying to shoo the bird away. And it left, but it took the prey with it. But it wasn't one of the bunnies.
Well, secondarily, I thought, maybe it found the mama bunny, because she's a small one. We've
right,
seen
but
her.
it wasn't
She's
that
small.
small. This was small. Me and my son think it was a bird, a little bird. But anyway, why are we telling you this besides what's going on here? There's a weird synchronicity here. Of course.
From about nearly 20 years ago.
Yeah. When we lived in another city, Hamtramck, in a house, my mother's old house, while she was in a nursing home, the three of us, our son and us, were playing cards on a back porch, kind of a small room back there, paneled room on the second floor. And we were playing cards, and then I don't know which one of us saw it first, but we saw a huge bird. We're not sure if it was a falcon or a hawk, eating a pigeon outside, right in our back alley, right behind our fence. And we were all so freaked out by it, but all three of us were there for that. And mysteriously, all three of us were here to see this. And on our happy hour
show... We're birds of a feather!
On our happy hour show, we were talking. I started to bring up that story for some reason. I forget why.
So you're the one.
About the hawk. And this was before we saw it out there, the one in Hamtramck. And I was talking about it on a happy hour, but I think I lost my train of thought or got distracted. So it's just such a weird synchronicity all the way around. I am still trying to process it all and what it means. And why we three have to keep watching birds of prey eating prey. So it's just very strange.
Have it your way, Violet. I didn't know which one you wanted pinned.
We don't know exactly. We tried to have a good time so we could. We were going a lot to visit my mom in the nursing home. I can't think of anything that was really big at that point?
Right, we were dealing with life in general, taking care of this home. We weren't sure what was going to happen with it. We knew we would probably inherit it, which we did. Nothing in particular,
And there was nothing going on between the three of us, our son and us at the time that was anything monumental.
We have never seen anything like this here. We've been here about 18 years now.
We've been here since 2004, and we have never seen a hawk out here like this. I've seen ducks, I've seen other birds, never.
It's something to think about, Apple, so we'll probably do some readings or think about that line of questioning, because that's a good thought.
Something might be coming back around again. Honestly, hawks are generally good symbols. I recognize that. And they're messengers, of course, and they're about visions. So there's some message here. I know it. I just have to figure out what it is and who it's for. I mean, obviously it may involve the three of us in some way. So anyway, I had to share that because what a crazy day yesterday was, and last night wasn't a lot better.
Right, I was so scared about it raining. I fell asleep on the couch. I woke up once around 1:30, once around 3:30 just to check, and it looked dry, and I knew they would probably be okay. And then at 4:30,
Well, something woke me up. And I can hear when it's raining hard, but it wasn't raining hard when I woke up. But I went to check because I was checking out the window periodically to see if it started raining. And I saw there was rain on the ground. And it wasn't puddled, but there was a good amount of rain on the ground. So I woke Mr. O up and said, we have to get them. And so we went down there, and literally within the 5 minutes it took us to get down there.
It didn't take me 5 minutes to get down there.
I know, it started deluging. It just started pouring, and there was lightning and thunder. So literally,
Hi, Nisha.
We got them right at the beginning of it. And
hi, Marcia.
Got soaking wet. I saw Marcia. It's okay. I got soaking wet, and poor him standing out there with the umbrella. I brought him a flashlight because it was totally dark. He couldn't see what he was doing to carry them all in. He wasn't even sure he had all the bunnies.
I just needed another pair of hands to manipulate the bunnies around.
Oh, but I had the flashlight. All right. So that's our story for today. The bunnies are still alive and resting in the garage. And we are hopeful that Mom is feeding them. But we don't know if she's going to come back. The nest is now totally in ruins because of the rain, what was left of the nest. And it's just a big mess right now. So,
well, let's get on with the show.
We're going to get on with the show. Now that all that's being said. Holy cow, what craziness. And for some reason, the two decks I thought I brought with me here are not here. What did I do with them? Yes, I have them. Okay. So anyway, that's just a little bit of craziness in our household. And synchronicities are me, but I am pretty flummoxed by this one. Even my son, I called him later to remind him and say, you realize we were all together when this happened to us the first time. And he was just like, I hadn't even thought of that. And I said...
Lena was here first. I was in the chat room. Lena was here first, followed by Gina. I just want to make that correction.
Oh, okay. I had Gina somewhere else. And you read the list to me. Okay.
Yeah, the list is really different. I don't know what's going on here.
Huh. Well, she says it as she sees it. And we don't always see the same thing.
I understand that.
Weird with the list sometimes. So no problems. I was way at the top first in. Gina saying to you. I don't know. But hopefully you can bear with us, guys. We're sorry. It's been really scattered, so we do apologize for any messes today. And I hope you're a little patient with us. Oh, man. All right, I am using, just because I am shaken, the Unshakable Inner Peace Oracle for our card for the collective today. There it is. Let's see if we can get some inner peace going here. all the way around. I'm going to have you draw a card, Mr. O, unless you're busy.
I'm so confused.
No?
I'm sorry. It's that one.
Okay, it's that one. It says, it's number 9. Express yourself creatively. Start something new. What creative pursuit do you feel drawn to? Well, I'll put the card, there we go. Okay. Number 9. You've pulled this card because what is no longer supporting your growth, you need to leave it behind and step into the new. This is a grand opportunity to focus your attention not on what is falling away, but on the newness trying to emerge. What do you want for the future? What do you want to explore in your life adventure? The magic of new beginnings surrounds you, and it is ripe with possibilities. Is there a project or idea that keeps coming back to you? Dust off the old ideas and bring them to life again. Does a book idea want to come to life? Do you want to get into a new hobby, take a class, or enroll in a program? You can revisit an old project or start something brand new. Let yourself be drawn to the creative process. Don't worry about the outcome. Simply give yourself the gift of being one with your creative endeavors and do it for the joy. The action of starting something new brings your power back to the present moment, which creates a more balanced life. So basically need to not focus on what you need to leave behind, but in this case, focus on the future, what you want to bring into be.
It's nice.
And that's what I have for you today, everybody. Mr. O, is anything up?
No, nothing's up at all.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody, yeah, it could be electronic poltergeist. I totally agree with you, Gina. I think different people see different things, and, depending on, I don't know, whether it's glitches or whether it's timing, whatever the case may be, a slowness factor. So we have to kind of roll with it. But at least you're close to where you should be, and we'll leave it at that, I guess. Or, well, I'm going to go with Violet's list, I guess. All right, Gina is up. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Who's first?
I said Gina's up.
Whose deck is first?
I will. Unless Gina wants a certain deck?
She might have mentioned it. The Namaste.
Oracle card,
Namaste.
top and bottom. Namaste Oracle. I know where it is, but I'll have to run and get it. It's not a problem. Have any announcements to make while I do that?
Hallelujah! No, we're hoping to get our modalities as the sun moves into Virgo tomorrow, so we're probably recording it tomorrow morning, as a matter of fact.
I moved the light slightly. I hope that didn't disturb the force.
Yeah, we have that, Gina.
It's
around.
Here.
Don't worry. We have it.
No, it's not a problem as long as I know where to find it. And I put some of my readily used oracles in the same place so I can find it. I have a new system going here somehow. So since it is reading, I'm going to have you shuffle too, Mr. O, and cut them. They're kind of mixed up front and back right now, so keep that in mind as you shuffle. Don't worry about that. All right. Trying to get some order into the chaos here, but life keeps interjecting little things.
I didn't really get what I needed from our session with Mr. Monster yesterday.
It didn't work out?
No, I said I didn't get what I needed.
Oh, okay. Well, I noticed are you using the same screen? I guess I'm confused.
But
okay.
The thing is I can't get this camera to get me the accessible view for everything.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I get it.
Or we have to change our set, which we discussed too.
Well, Gina, what's this? This is a beautiful card.
I am Groot.
It actually says, though, it's a blessing in relationship. A current relationship is reflecting something that is wounded inside of you. A wound from long ago, perhaps even from a past life. Ooh. Look within, find the part of you that is wounded, and send it love. All will heal, and you will be stronger and wiser for it. That's a real interesting card here. Let's see what it's paired with. The blessing of faith. The universe is testing you. Will be faithful? I think it's supposed to say, will you be faithful and true to yourself? Be courageous, for you are supported by a divine ocean of love. You are gifted at this time with the blessing of a strong faith that will see you through present challenges. So, wow, this is kind of a deep reading that I don't know, the Namaste cards have opened up here. You know, whether it's a current relationship you're in or something, how should I say, in this lifetime, Gina, it seems like it's relating to a past life experience maybe, and there is some wounds that need to be healed from it. So you may have to do some exploration to figure out exactly what that is. And this is almost sounding like this is a test of faith in some way for you. Do you want to look at any of these and see what you make of that?
No, I'm good with what you said there. I mean, I think it's really possible that this is about a past life. Maybe it's saying, you know, something about that past life is deeper than some of the aspects of the current life, that maybe there's something there that you need to see. If you can find it in this life, it may be indicating that it's actually not here yet, or that there's some delay in finding it, but keep the faith.
Keep the faith, and believe in yourself is basically the message as well.
Hello, bothersome one.
So, hey, I'm game to do a Lenormand on that quickly for Gina. Oh.
Oh. Sorry.
It's okay.
Wah. So you got the garden and the tree. Well, trees grow in the garden, you know that.
I know. Well, or around a garden anyway. But honestly, Sunny. Anyway, tree and garden means that basically I feel that there is something out there. You know, maybe this is something to do with somebody who you know already in your social life. And, you know, you will grow from this experience. Healing this wound is going to bring you some real growth. And I don't know, I'm looking at this in relation to the 2 cards we pulled now, not necessarily together as a Lenormand reading. You know what I mean? And so I think that it's just saying that you're going to grow from this experience, and somebody out there in your social realm now, or somebody that you had a past relationship with, this is possibly the person, that you shared a past life experience with.
Violet points out that, of course, there's a tree there too on the Namaste card.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, a lot of the cards of the Namaste have trees, but also I see it's really like a double. Either it's 2 trees, one bent around the other, or, it's kind of separate, branched off. They're merged together. And it was about the blessing of relationships, so that's why, I think. But good point, Violet. Good point.
And Tidal Wave Tarot has joined us. Hi again.
Hi, Tidal Wave.
All right, so that's what we had for Gina. So, yeah, a lot of growth, but it's more about the growth that maybe pulls in the idea of healing, because even when, plants get some serious wounds, they find a way to adapt and regrow. We've seen trees that have little saplings growing out of part of the stump. So anything's possible.
Good luck with that, Gina. All right, Mr. Maurice is up.
Him and his...
Yeah, I don't know what to do about him. He doesn't have the room.
You're welcome.
Okay,
and are we spinning the wheel, by the way?
Oh, for Mr. Maurice, we will.
Right. Well, we didn't do it for Gina because she's already won.
She's got a reading, right?
So this is our 3rd anniversary, and so for every show we will spin the wheel for each reading we're doing, like we're going to do now for you, Mr. Maurice. If you get the card Wheel of Fortune, this will entitle you to a free reading.
And if not, we'll try again.
Right, and you can always try again on the next time. So let's see. Cross your fingers. And we got strength, so not a free reading for this one.
No.
All right.
So
I'll choose the deck. I'm going to use the Crow's Magic Tarot.
I just want to mention to Libra, I know Aaliyah's not here. I did email you to tell you I'll touch base with you later to set up the reading, and give you a little bit more information. Sorry, we've just been really crazy with the bunny situation.
Yes.
But we will honor all 3 readings, absolutely.
I have a theory it must be bunnies.
So
bunnies!
It was the bunnies all along.
Bunnies.
No, it was the bunnies all along.
It was the bunnies all along.
They're so adorable. They really are. So it makes this so tough. And even the mom. The mom is really not a very big bunny.
She's probably a young mom.
She's kind of a cocoa brown color with a cottontail. And you thought you saw another bunny.
Well, we saw the big one in the back.
We did. It was after the hawk left, a little while later, a bunny came up on our deck. And I knew it wasn't the mom bunny because it didn't look like the right color to me. But I thought it was a sign of some sort. Am I supposed to cut? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's something like that, Libra. Mostly it's just we've been a little bit off kilter because of the current events. But we now have your email because you did write to us. So we're hoping to do yours and Aaliyah's and hopefully everything to get us up to date. Maybe tomorrow we're hoping to film it, so it might be out to you by tomorrow night. What we'll do is we'll send you the link to it on YouTube where it will be private, unlisted. Only you, the person with the link, will be able to view it. So you can watch for that hopefully by tomorrow night or maybe Tuesday.
But I'm going to email you more information tonight about the reading itself, and we can talk about that. But anyway.
All right, so Mr. Maurice, your cards. You have the reverse King of Coins. And you have the Tower.
Oh, boy.
And then you have a reversed Six of Cups. So right off the stance, we don't necessarily like to blunt or be unblunt. This doesn't look really great in terms of a financial outlook or career outlook. It doesn't. The Tower looks like, and I'm actually almost wondering if it's like feasible to consider that, if maybe the promotion isn't happening, if that's what this is about, that maybe it's indicating the mistake is really on their part, that's a lesson they need to learn. But it does seem like the King of Coins may be a part of that, and the Tower reversed. The Six of Cups sort of maybe is suggesting that there are things you're holding yourself back by past, maybe it's recriminations or past feelings that you feel sort of hold you back. I'm putting it in the context that maybe you are feeling, maybe you're wondering if you yourself regret going through this process because you're not seeing it working or not in an appreciable time. And so maybe this is the sense that since it's not working out for you, you're feeling there's a lesson to learn for you, and maybe it's one of trust, and maybe I'm wondering if this sort of implies a sense of trust in a sense. Also, the King of Coins. I'm going to let Banshee take over here.
Sure. At any rate, I feel here that this is key, of course. The Tower is always a big palooza card here. But I really see this a little bit differently. I want to say that I feel the King of Coins here indicates to me that there is some management issues going on here. I feel that people who are in charge or in control, possibly in control of this promotion you've been waiting for or your destiny in some way, are mismanaging things. And, there is a fallout from this, either for you or either for them. There's definitely some fallout happening here, like there's, something that does not work out. It could be that either you don't get this promotion or there's something else going on the job that is just going to be messy. And I feel here, I'm looking at here, the Six of Cups is about the past and, being stuck in the past. It seems as though for some reason, it would be very easy for me to tie it into this Tower card here if the Tower was reversed, but it's not. I really think it has to do with this King of Coins here. I think people are either acting out on past issues or things that they can't let go of from the past, whether it is some dealings with you or whether it is something in how they work things in their organization. They keep making like the same mistakes over and over again. And the Tower is saying this kind of situation is destined to crumble in some way. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
I almost feel like, Mr. Maurice, you are not... you might be a part of the fallout of this, but you are not responsible for what's going on here. It seems like you're at the mercy of externals, and it may have to do with difficulties with managers or management, and them repeating things and that they should not.
I won't say you said what I was going to say, but you helped me see it.
I thought you were partially going there.
I guess when you use the word the externals, that's a big part of this, that a lot of this is divided between the externals that have control and maybe are mismanaging or don't have it together, and then maybe their attitudes about being stuck in the past, it should be done a certain way, or maybe they feel beholden to a different candidate, so they're trying to maneuver things in that respect. And I'm sorry we couldn't get to you, Violet Ann, but thanks for saying hi and dropping in. I know you need to head off. Thank you. We hope the bunnies will be okay too. Hi, Victoria.
Victoria! It's a bit of a long list. We blah-blahed in the beginning. You should watch our beginning at some point, because surely we talked about some things you might find interesting there, especially the hawk story.
Okay, so for Mr. Maurice, I'm going to do the Lenormand now.
Yeah, I wish I had better news, Mr. Maurice.
I know, because we were really kind of positive during this rather long process where we were seeing that there was positivity.
I'm not sure if this is relating to your promotion per se. This might be other job issues that you're going to have to contend with here. So let me take a look.
I'll look for it, Violet, in a minute. Okay, so I have pulled the cross, and you have the moon. Go ahead.
Well, this is really a tough one because I wonder here if this is saying that to obtain the success you want, to obtain what it is you really are looking for, and also I have to tell you that the moon, Mr. Maurice, often is about workplaces and employment, more about maybe workplaces themselves or jobs. And it looks like there's a lot of grief and stress and worry there. So it seems like this whole thing is ongoing, but you know what? It can't keep going this way. The Tower is a sign that there's a shakeup coming. And whether the shakeup is to management because of what they're doing, or if it's shaking up your world in some way, I think that remains to be seen. But I do know it's going to cause you, this whole idea of trying to obtain some success at work is going to be causing you some grief and stress.
Right. It may be that because of the moon situation there, that it is, looking like it could be hopeful, but there's just a lot of stress involved in all of this. I can't really add too much more to what Banshee said. I sort of feel, that some aspects have changed considerably, perhaps.
Yeah.
And I believe I accidentally deleted that when I was juggling around the different pinnings. I guess when you unpin something, you may delete it, because when I'm looking through the record, it says we deleted it. I'm sorry. Okay, thanks for that feedback, Mr. Maurice. It just feels like it's been such an incredibly long process, and it never seems to get there without some level of consternation.
So what's going on at your present job at this present time? Yeah, there's got to be a shakeup coming there of some sort. I feel you really are in a bind here with some of the management going on. That's just what I see. I wish you the best, good luck with that, and hang in there. Stress and worries and grief, don't let them consume you. That's all I can say at this time. Keep looking to head to a brighter future. Maybe it will come, but apparently in your present circumstances and conditions, a shakeup really needs to happen and occur.
Another thing I feel, Mr. Maurice, is that, of course, when we're talking about where you work at in relationship to that King of Coins, this is like an old school kind of management thing, and I think that's what the Six of Cups reverse suggests too, that they're stuck in the past on this management style. I think that the moon to some degree could suggest that there's maybe still a cycle thing going on here, but the grief thing says that, that's what is hurting you the most, is having to wait for good news while you're still dealing with those other situations right now in the current job.
All right. That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Thanks again.
All right. We are on Sonali. Hey, Sonali. How's things going? It's been crazy here.
I think she asked for a general.
Oh.
Sleepy.
It's all wet. Thank you. Took a shower late. So I just put it up and back for now. I don't like to blow dry it a lot to dry it out because then it's just all over the place.
General message for Sonali.
All right.
Well, we are just not very adept with moving through the chat when we need to. And I'm thirsty.
Oh, yeah, I got a spin for Sonali. Thank you. Whoop, the devil card. Nope, we didn't give you a free reading today, Sonali. We'll try again.
It's not your reading, though. It was just to see if you won the free reading, Sonali.
Right. We're doing that now.
Thank you, Mr. Maurice. And we will try to enjoy the day. Seems like it'll be a busy one after we're out of here even. I'm hoping it just warms up enough to where that area dries and I can put the bunnies out there for Mom to find at dusk.
So far, I believe there is no rain. Yep, I can see out there there's no rain. Since this morning, we're just hoping that maybe we can escape it.
It's warm enough to where things may dry a bit, so that makes me feel better. But we have some ideas. Hi, Estelle.
All right.
Oh, you're kidding, Victoria. Interesting. Okay, Sonali, your first card is the reversed Eight of Swords. Whoops.
See, everything's reversed here, and you'll be surprised what came up again. Not that one.
Justice is reversed here. And then that Six of Cups has
It's come up again. Well, on a general scale, I would say here that, this has maybe been somewhat of an unbalanced time for you, or that it might be up and coming where, you may be feeling a little bit out of balance, like things in your life. Maybe you feel that people aren't treating you right. Maybe you feel that, situations are putting you in an unfair position, but I feel here that you are going to be breaking out of your shell and you're going to be able to tackle some of this stuff. You're feeling a little bit more confident as time goes on, but with that, may come some of this instability, Don't let things rattle you now that you are starting to get some confidence back and building up, some energy and feeling like you're ready to accomplish something. Because there's a danger here that you could fall back into patterns that, that maybe weren't that good for you in the past. Well, I need your help on this one.
Do you?
Maybe.
Okay, well, I'm wondering if I wanted to look at it from backwards going forward, because I'm feeling that maybe there's a feeling about injustices from the past or that are still concerning you.
I thought about doing that. Go ahead.
Are maybe giving you that momentum or that ability to finally move yourself away from them, that you're really starting to see them in a different light, maybe perceive them, why they had to happen. What could have been something that you felt was unfair to you maybe was the only possibility for somebody else. And maybe with that idea that you're understanding that, or that you're at least coming to terms with that, this frees you from maybe an idea that was holding you back. Maybe you felt the injustice effects on you prevented you from doing things, but now you're understanding why it held you back and why you shouldn't let it continue to hold you back.
I really like that, and I really wanted to go that way, but But I thought that, but it's a general reading for the present. Maybe it's more about present issues. I'm not going to rule out what I said previously, but I will say this in line with what Mr. O has said here, is that, something from your past, where you felt circumstances just were never in your favor, or at least fair. You either felt you were not treated fairly, or just things that happened to you just seemed like, it's one of those situations of like, why me? Why is this happening to me now? It seems so unfair. Now is like, it's behind you now, because you finally are moving beyond fears and doubts and things that may have, these kinds of things can wear on our self-esteem and our self-confidence and make us anxious about how to move forward when we always feel like fate is working against us, or somebody or some rules or regulations are always going to be working against me.
Well, we did say that it was odd, Sonali, that maybe it looked like these were things from your past, but I'm thinking that this is a past matter that is resolving now or shortly, and gives you this movement for future, that maybe the idea of coming to terms with this will bring you positivity to move beyond the ways you've held yourself back, or if it's actually possible that maybe others have put situations in place that contributed, making you feel guilty and holding you back because you were considering somebody else's feelings more than your own.
This right here is the positive card, right here. Because not all reversals are negative. This is the positive card, because it is saying now you are feeling, when you release fear, when you release anxiety, when you release feelings that you're afraid to make a move, you're now able to move. It's liberating. You're going to feel more liberated because you are letting go of some of this from your past, or at least resolving and coming to terms with it now. And let's see what the Lenormand can add for that.
Yeah, I was kind of amazed myself, Divine and Kara, that some things are the same or cheaper relative to inflation, except food.
I can't believe I did this. Here, go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Wow. So you wanted a general reading.
Well, you got the moon and you got the heart. And I think this is a good sign for a few things. Definitely it could be a good sign for career, or it could be saying that you're going to be engaged, whether it's career or not, activity in something you're going to really love doing. Maybe it feels vocational, like it feels empowering or gratifying to do that. But this could also be saying that you are moving towards a love vibration or a connection with somebody who maybe you could be fond of or will be fond of you, and you'll feel some sense of strong bonding or emotionality with somebody.
So as a general reading, it's interesting because, I could see career there, but I could definitely see love here in this particular regard. And maybe, even though these cards don't look very romantic at all, this idea of just feeling less anxious, feeling less nervous, feeling like you can be yourself again, will open yourself up to attracting love in your life. You might be more open to people, whenever you feel better about yourself and there's like a glow. There's just something about people who are really self-assured and self-confident and feel better about themselves. So once you do that, I feel like you are opening yourself up to the potential of bringing new love in your life, bringing something new and positive in your life, like love or a career, because this is definitely indicated. Obviously, the heart is here and the moon is here, which is success, employment, or love, and there is the heart. So there is positive here. This seems to be more past oriented to me. Sometimes, even if we're doing a general reading, something will come up that's, there may be something in the past that is affecting your present. And once you've released it, which it looks like you are doing, things will start opening up for you.
Well, I hear what you're saying there, but I'm not disallowing for the idea that it could be about career, because the moon in Lenormand can definitely be about business, career, vocational kind of topics.
It can be about your heart's desire, this combination here, whatever it may be. In this case, it's either love or it's career. And that's what we have for you.
Thank you, Sonali.
Good luck with that.
Good luck.
Okay, Anthony. What do we want today? What do we got for you today?
I'm going to make a quick peek. You know where?
At the bunnies.
At the bunnies.
Well, it'll be your deck, too.
Okay.
At work, been crazy. Well, it is the beginning of the semester, Anthony, so it's just that time of year. It's going to be busy probably for a while, but let's check on that. Let's see if things will smooth out for you. See you soon, Sonali. Take care. Mr. O will be back in a second. They were resting very comfortably. Hopefully they're all doing well. And really, we were lucky and they got wet, but not as wet as, if we had gotten out there any later, they would have been drenched. So we're just lucky we got the bunnies when we did.
Because, this is Michigan, and it seems like our rains have become much stronger. We get larger amounts in shorter time periods the last couple of years. Our basement leaks.
Anthony posted his question, so I just wanted you to see that. And it's my deck, right? Yeah. Oh, do we got a spin for Anthony?
Yes, it's your spin.
Oh, it's my spin this time?
Yes.
I thought I spun the devil.
I'm following Violet's orders. Of course, now she's going to say, "Oh, Mr. O, spin the wheel." I'm sorry.
I knew that.
I'm not following Violet's
And guess
orders.
what? It landed on the same place for Anthony, the devil. Sorry, Anthony, you didn't win a free reading.
No, it's not you, Violet. It's me.
We are doing the best we can here today.
It's me. I'm on my last particle of brain cell. No worries, that's right.
So it's not my deck. I thought it was my deck.
It is my deck. That part I knew. I knew that part.
And I'm going to have... Okay, but Violet, I'm going to mess things up more because I'm going to spin again next time when I'm doing my deck. Because hopefully we'll remember if we're spinning when we do our deck. I can't vouch for Mr. O, but I know it's better for me. All right.
And the wheels of my brain go round and round. I'm thinking of a former secretary in one of my departments I worked in, Linda, who used to do that pout and blink her eyes. She taught me well. And hey, she played her cards right, and she married a doctor.
Sounds a little stereotyped.
Well,
because that may not be a very good thing, marrying a doctor.
Okay, shut up.
Proceed.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? All right, Anthony. 4 of Wands, which is always the party card for us here.
But it's
upright.
reversed, but it's not
reversed.
a big deal.
This is the Queen of Swords. Oh my God, this is like the goth queen of the universe there. Look at that. And the Tower reverse.
Doggone it.
Doggone it. Okay, so you asked about whether the pace is going to slow down and stuff like that.
Oh, man.
And,
well,
not totally.
Well, I think that you just are going to have to try to pace yourself regardless, you know. I think that's going to be important here is find peace and find, the way to work at this one bit at a time, one step at a time. I think here you have to watch making too hasty of decisions. When things are chaotic, like the Tower reversed here, you just have to slow it down and make sure you're doing the right things. The Tower reversed indicates to me that there could be, you may feel like things are just spiraling out of control for some time. And the problem with the Tower reversed, and what worries me when it's reversed, is that you don't get the memo, you don't get the message, you don't understand what it is you need to do to right things again. So, and that I feel here too with the Queen of Swords reversed, you're not figuring it out. You're kind of feeling like a fish out of water maybe a little bit. You're not giving yourself time to think about it. And the Four of Wands reversed might be indicating to me that you really have to pay special attention to things. Look at the finer points. Look at the details. Take time to really assess everything, properly. Don't rush it just because everything is frenetic and crazy around you.
Well, when I look at these cards, Anthony, especially the two over here, the reverse Queen and Tower, I'm wondering if to some degree, because of all this stress and chaos in that environment, that maybe there is a critical mistake, maybe not critical mistake, but something that is on the nature of and my understanding might be that you might be on probation, or you will be on probation for a while. It's a university environment, new employees and all that. So I feel like mostly you're going to be given the benefit of the doubt. That's the Four of Wands there for me, saying that things won't be real bad. Things will be okay. It'll kind of be like they'll point it out to you, but it may be clear to you that either this is a judgment error of some sort. Maybe it was a judgment call, like you had to decide something and you made the wrong decision or somehow was involved in it. That's what I think it is. It's talking about maybe getting a little bit of a reprimand or a notice that something wasn't done right according to a protocol, something like that. But it's not going to be major. It's just going to be minor.
Yeah. Well, it's hard for me to say because on the one hand, this is a major card here, and this is kind of minor stuff. This is like not sweating, it too much. But the Tower here is always about sweat, whether it's upright or reversed. When it's reversed, it's just about trying to sort out what happened and why and where you need to go from here. And that's why I was talking about not getting the memo. But I see what you're saying.
It results in he gets a pass of some
maybe.
sort. That's what I'm thinking. Is
I
whatever
wonder,
this is,
because
you
you're
get a pass.
new, and maybe it's a training issue too. That's a possibility. Let's throw the Lenormand and see what else it can say about this. Hopefully not another tower.
No.
And not another anchor.
No, I didn't pull the anchor. So there's always hope for this one.
I didn't either.
So I grabbed the mice. And you grabbed the house. Now right away I'm thinking the mice says this is about maybe smaller irritations or something.
It could be.
And the house kind of aligns to the Four of Wands, reversed or upright, because there's that sense of harvest home about the Four of Wands, the idea of, a homecoming or a sense of, reaching a milestone, a harvest, a celebration.
How is the COVID situation going in your workplace?
Uh-oh.
I'm only saying that because sometimes I'm looking at the house here and I'm looking at the mice. This could be a couple of different things. First off, since this is a job-related question and not about the home per se, it could be that there's little troubles and problems at work. This is definitely little things. So in other words, it kind of reinforces what Mr. O said about maybe this will just be minor stresses. But also the mice can be about a slight sick spell. And so when I saw this combination together, I thought to myself, oh man, I hope Anthony's not going to be confined at home for a while because he's gotten sick. So, or what this could mean is maybe there's a lot of chaos in your workplace right now because people are being confined because they're sick.
Well, another thing to consider, and we're older than dirt, as they say. In the last 6 weeks, 5 people that I know personally, including a healthcare worker, have all caught COVID, and mostly did okay. But a couple
because they were vaxxed and everything,
right? And mostly did okay. But for 1 or 2 of them, they were actually pretty sick. And I'm beginning to wonder if this is one of the kind of things where, like, somebody said something to me about how some of the vaccines were based on the first virus models, and whether or not they've been really keeping up with working on vaccines based on the most current virus models, we don't know exactly.
Well, and I want to predict here, I want to remind everybody that in our pandemic prediction for the U.S., which we did in July, we did talk about a resurgence in the fall. And I do think, with schools coming back in, we are going to see something. So just keep yourself safe, but know that there might be some disruptions in the workplace because of this. I don't think we're going to go back to square one or anything,
no.
But it's kind of like with the airline industry. If too many workers call in sick, they have a problem. So I'm just saying it might add to some of the craziness going on here when I saw this. But I'll also say this could be indicating that you're stressing over how this is affecting, these problems are affecting your overall security, Anthony. Because the house can be about security as well.
I'm glad you feel that way.
Right.
It does make sense, too, hearing that from you as well. So good luck, and do take care, of course. We know we'll see you again.
It is true, Apple, I agree. I'm very pro-vax for my own reasons. Obviously, I need to protect myself, but I don't think they have all the answers, and it has been really hit and miss with this virus. I think considering just how quickly it was spreading and everything going on, they reacted the way they reacted, and we're paying a price for it. And greed, I can't rule out any of this. Believe me, I am no friend of the pharmaceutical industry. I am no friend. But, All right, that's what we have for Anthony.
A cell is up, and it's
saw
your
that
deck,
question.
and you spin.
I just want to read it again. Yes, I will spin for a cell.
Well, we
aren't spinning for a cell.
Because
you have a free reading if you get in touch with us.
You have a free
and
reading. You just need to write to us, a cell.
And if you don't want it, if you just want to pass, that's fine.
But tell us, maybe it would be helpful.
Let me go back. I just want to see. Oh, I wasn't far enough again. What's wrong with this thing? Arr. Find love again after a breakup with Albeck. Okay. How do you want to handle that?
I don't know. I'm reading.
Okay.
That's fair, right?
Right? That's fair.
Okay, so I say do a 3-carder, and let's go with that.
Okay. I'm using my mermaid deck for this one.
You're welcome, Anthony.
I hope it works out. This tower thing is just a little bit concerning to me. Tower has come up twice for people today, and there are always lessons to be learned, but sometimes when the tower's reversed, the lessons just aren't getting through, and that means the same mistakes could be repeated over and over again. So hopefully...
That almost sounds like maybe this whole virus thing.
Doesn't it? So, yeah, I can't argue there. You're making me think about things I shouldn't. Politics. But I do think there are issues with the way the virus was rolled out. And not just that, the way it was created, and what ideas were in mind. All of that.
Okay, Estelle.
Let's see. Oh, it's the Three of Swords reversed. That's so interesting. And then we have the Queen of Cups upright. What a nice card there. And the Nine of Pentacles. Well, I think we're going to have to do a yes-no on this, too. I was afraid of that. But these are really interesting cards, Estelle, because what it does indicate to me is you are in the process of healing now. And you know what? I think, as you heal, the universe responds to you. And this shows you being in a much better emotional position than you maybe have been. And that maybe you are now looking forward to a future with love as the intent. But the Nine of Pentacles here really talks about somebody comfortable living alone and comfortable being with themselves. So, maybe what this is saying is let this healing process continue for a bit longer. Become stronger emotionally, preparing yourself to open up to new love in your life, and be comfortable with yourself and what you have in your life right now. Once you're really firm with that, I think love can open up and happen, but it's really not showing me that here. It shows me you are being more ready for it than ever.
Estelle, when you speak that way, I feel total empathy and sympathy for you. Of course, I understand or feel that I could understand, how you feel. And that's the Three of Swords in a way. The Three of Swords is saying somebody who has felt devastating pain in their heart can heal, can find a way to return to a semblance of hope for themselves. And of course, that's because maybe you embrace that potential within yourself. The Queen of Cups is the person of hope and care, unconditional. And maybe what this is saying too is just, even if you don't have the person you feel you meant to be with, it doesn't mean you don't have a way of expressing love to others. And that maybe by expressing love to others, it creates that momentum that brings love back to you. And I think when I see the Nine of Pentacles, I could agree with Banshee that that's what it means. There is, maybe it's an American saying, or maybe it's a modern world saying the first time you marry for love, the second time you marry for money. And of course, that doesn't suit what you've said at all.
No.
But it could be saying that when this does happen for you, you'll be very satisfied with the outcome, because maybe it involves having all of the emotional satisfaction and healing you want, but also a sense of security that you also really want to have too.
So just falling back on what I said a minute ago, because I liked what Mr. O said there, but I want to look at that Nine of Pentacles again and just say... Well, I'm just going back to what I said.
I'm thinking about Victoria.
Oh, Victoria. I'm not paying attention right now, sorry. But I would say this, that this is saying appreciate what you have and who you are. You know, we aren't less because any less because a relationship failed on us. We are no less a person. We are no less deserving of love. And yes, there may be a lot of fears here, but the Nine of Pentacles showing up here in this reading with all this healing going on, I really feel is saying you have a lot going for you. You have a lot going on in your life that is good, and that you can get there. You will get there. And not to worry so much about the future. But before we do a yes, no, I think we should do the Lenormand on this.
The third time for tacos. Everyone wants tacos.
Third time's the charm.
I just wanted an alliterative.
So I don't even know if we need to do a yes, no now, to
Maybe
be honest
don't.
with you. We don't. He's got the lady.
And you have the sun. The sun came out first. And then the lady.
You are looking at a successful future. Your future is bright. If this is your desire to have love in your life again, you should be able to achieve it and accomplish it. The sun is an awesome card to get. You know, whether it's in the tarot or whether it's in the Lenormand, this ensures success and positivity. So I feel here, you know, some of these cards are truly reflecting the aloneness you may feel, you know, although you should feel good about yourself. This is what this card is saying. You should feel confident about yourself right now. And the fact that you are getting stronger emotionally and that you are in the healing process still. So in time, as you process all of this and as you continue to do it, you will achieve success.
All right. So yes, I feel strongly that's what this is about. I was catching up with the chat there. Mm-hmm. That you, the lady, are vibrating towards that sun, that success there. And so it could be about what you really want as expressed here, but it could also be about your whole life. This sun could inform your whole life, Estelle. So remember that, and remember to give love everywhere you can.
Okay. That's what we have for you. And even though I didn't spin last time, you will spin because it's your deck. We'll just go with that.
Right.
Okay. And that is for Lena.
Lena. All right, Lena.
Spin the wheel, Mr. O.
I know.
Okay. Let the chat go.
So here you go. And almost, you had the Hermit.
Oh, so close again.
It was close. Okay, so I'm going to use the Night Sun Tarot. I don't believe I've used it yet, so
okay.
I'm going to do that.
I'm losing track of which cards I've used and which I
know.
didn't. I think I haven't used these yet.
Okay. We'll start with the yes or no this time, since it's a pretty direct question. And then if we feel we didn't get a satisfactory answer, we'll look into a briefer 3-card 1-2.
Well, yeah, we may have to do that because this is a new business. So I think there might be things to look at there.
Do you want to do the 3-card first then?
Let's do the 3-card first because it might come out there. You feel it'll be successful and profitable. Or it might talk about the process. So
and there's still time to get some good financial information from Banshees. Material matters. It's your weekly tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance.
I will give a hint that the earth signs have a great week ahead. Pretty good week.
Yes, absolutely. On Monday, tomorrow that is, we hope to release the modality message for the month as the moon or the sun moves into Virgo. The modality message is a way for you to look at your energies and figure out if they're applying correctly or what you can do about that.
I don't know why I cut that way. It just happened.
I don't know either. All right. So we have the Hierophant reversed.
Huh.
This might
Interesting. I like this.
Yeah, I think so. And we have the Sword reversed. The Ace of Swords, that is.
That's reversed? It's upright.
I'm sorry, you're right. And that, of course, makes a big difference being upright.
It does.
And then we have the Magician. And the Magician is upright, and that's fabulous.
This is an awesome reading, Lena.
That's fabulous.
Wow, I'm excited. This is a real good reading. We've had to give out some bad news today, but Lena, this business might be off to a really good start. This probably was a really good decision for you. It seems as though you're making good decisions, sound decisions at this time, and it is off to a very positive start. One of the things that might help you, though, is if you are not doing it already, is to really think of some out-of-the-box ways to either promote it, do the work, whether it's presenting products to people. You have to do some things that may seem a bit unconventional if this is a business where it's attracting customers. I really feel that here. But look, you have even the Magician here, which means to me you're pretty well prepared for this. It seems like you have everything in place to ensure success and to manifest a victory here.
That Ace is clearly a sign for victory for your business, Lena. So we're excited too for you. We hope that works out. Know you've been asking these questions for a while, and hopefully, we've been able to help you with your decisions there. I feel that Hierophant reverse sort of counter matches the Magician upright in the sense that it takes some maybe differing energies to do what you're going to do here, because a lot of this is about your reliance on yourself and your own practicalities, your resources, your skill sets, your knowledge, and then basically perhaps you already always have had this in you, a way of thinking out of the box, or a way of being unconventional, or a way of looking at what your business does as finding the niche that it serves, which may be a smaller but maybe fervent niche. So it may be about dedicating yourself to the idea of catering to your customer, whatever that customer is.
This looks really, really good.
Yes.
We didn't get anything specific that says financial success, but what this says to me is you have the ability here to manifest that. You have the ability here to make it happen, making wise choices and decisions, and maybe being flexible, being flexible with your business plan or your business model a little bit. I just think it looks great. I don't even think we have to do the yes/no, but we do need to do the Lenormand. See if there's any good stuff.
Thank you for saying that too.
Oh, thank you, Lena. I really
You've
hope
been coming
it works.
for a long time, and we really value your support.
Looks really positive.
Stars. The stars are out for you, Lena. The Clover. Lena, you are like... Are you going to tell us something?
Are you like doubly or triply blessed here? Because, the Clover is all about luck and right timing. It's almost as if you're starting this business at a very opportune time for you. Like the timing is right. And the star just says everything looks really positive and hopeful for you. Keep hope alive. Keep at it. Believe that the universe right now is on your side.
This is so positive, Lena. And you know our reading style. We tell things the way we see them, and you know that when we've read for you, we haven't always seen the biggest stars shining for you. We got them today, though, in a way. So we're really hoping this means exactly what it says, that your business will be successful. And
I'm really hoping so.
And maybe excitingly successful. It says, really, it's a probably... See, Banshee said before, this was maybe about right timing or sense of timing. And Clover luck is about timing as well. So some of this is your business acumen, your ideas about putting it in motion. You probably knew how to do this or when to do this or why to do this. And it really just says it's going to unfold nicely.
Things are going to fall into place and you're going to feel real hopeful, hopefully for the future. That's just what it looks like to me. So I wish you the best with that. Good luck, Lena.
Good luck, Lena. Very nice.
Divine Universe. All right. Now I get to spin the
There's
wheel.
Divine.
Hey, Divine.
General reading. Okay, well, let's see if we can align you. Here's your chance to win a reading.
Okay, you did not win the reading. It didn't land on the Wheel of Fortune, so we will try next time.
Lena shares that whatever we have read has been good for her.
Aww.
So we thank you for that.
Well, you know,
Hi, Rakesh.
we can't always say our readings will be accurate, but this one's so hopeful that if nothing else, we hope it inspires you to move this forward. And, you know, success usually happens when you feel good about things.
It's always a good time to throw out that disclaimer, though. We are legally obliged to say that this is entertainment. We know better, of course. We know that we understand this is vital information for each and any of us to consider and to take into account.
Well, Rakesh, we will add you to the list, but it is a really long list right now.
We may close it with you, actually.
I think we'll close the list after Rakesh, Violet. And we are ready. All right, so who's up?
It's Divine.
Oh, yeah. Silly me. I'm sorry. And I got a deck out here, so let's go with it.
All right. So general reading, message from the universe. Seeing if there's an alignment going to happen or if alignment is there.
Okay. Whoops.
Love from America back to India, Rakesh.
All right. Here you go.
Yeah, maybe a while, Rakesh. We're kind of moving through a list. But we will do the reading, so if you do have to leave, you may have to just rewind the tape to find it. Hopefully we can give you a little bit of a orientation to that.
You will be the second to the last person we read for today because our moderator is always the last person we read for. So you just go to the end of the tape
because
close
she's
to the
very
end and you'll see it.
patient. She has to be to work with us.
Okay, so we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is reversed.
Five of Cups.
We have the Queen of Cups reversed. Doggone it. And we have the Star reversed. My deck. What's wrong with my deck? But the Five of Cups is not a bad card reversed here, Divine. But the other cards are giving me a little bit of pause. Do you want to go or do you want me to go? I guess.
Well, it may be that you do, in fact, sense that you're not quite aligned. That Star reverse could be just indicating that. I'm not going to poke into the ideas about other things it means, but it could just be saying that right now is not your most positive time, despite, the fact that you do feel successful at work and maybe in some other ways. You're just not feeling it, as they say, and maybe that's what the Star reversed is saying. You're just not feeling like your star is at peace or your star is in alignment with other stars. Now, the Five of Cups, though, maybe suggests that what is coming, though, is and I just see this as a mood indicator, this one. But I think Five of Cups reverse shows that maybe things are coming, better things are coming, things that will buoy your spirits a little bit. It may not be great things. They just may be little things that remind you that others care about you or others are interested in your welfare. And the Queen of Cups, really, I think, you could be working into some things where you feel, you this is maybe speaking back towards the alignment that maybe you feel sort of, I don't want to say jealous, but like maybe it bothers you if you feel that you're not finding a certain piece that you think others are finding easier, or that is eluding you for some reason. And I don't want to say jealousy, but I sort of feel like it's a certain level of emotionality that just bothers you, and that you feel that.
Divine, I look at this reading and I see a definite correlation between these two cards here. I feel that you just are not, you've been emotionally unsettled of late, is the way I want to say it. It's just like there's some imbalances emotionally going on within you. Things are roiling, and, it makes you feel kind of like things seem hopeless right now. Where I feel here, and this is a general reading, so it is like what's happening now, I feel, and possibly in the next week. I feel here this is leaving you, but what you don't realize here is, despite the fact that you feel kind of disappointed and emotionally wrought and that there's no hope, there are opportunities for you right now. There's opportunities for growth, or to find more emotional wellness in your life. I don't know what they are. It's not really evident to me here. But what I would say is that, and maybe the Lenormand can help, I'm not sure, but what it does say to me is that there are opportunities that are coming, if they're not here already. And maybe you don't, it's possible because you're not feeling it, that you don't realize that they're right there in front of you.
Sometimes, Divine, you admit that, of course, most things in your more career or work life are fine. You feel like you're at the top of the game, more or less, there. And then sometimes you also feel too that what is going around emotionally in terms of either being interested in friendships or romances is not for you. But I'm wondering if maybe you're just sort of, a little bit taking it for granted that maybe things aren't going to work out for you. And so you're kind of giving yourself a little bit of a shield in a way, and you're not recognizing that. And I only say that as a friend, that sometimes it was like a sales card, that sometimes we just have to give love, even if it's not about trying to find love, because we just give love because it's the right thing to do. So Banshee pulled the Gentleman, which could be a male person in your life, but it could also just be yourself or just somebody in general. But I pulled the Crossroads. And the Crossroads maybe is indicating that whoever this is, this person feels they are at one, and maybe they feel like something really does have to change or open up new. I don't see big change for you, like totally changing your job, but however, you have talked about, moving overseas again. That would obviously be a big change.
Well, it's interesting here, Divine, because I could take this two different ways, because this is a general reading. So I could say maybe it's somebody, maybe it's one of your children, or it's, some family member. They're at a crossroads right now that is impacting you some way emotionally. But failing that, I do think this could be you. Sometimes, we get the male instead of the lady that comes up in a reading, and I still will think it's a significator. It's you, the person asking the question. And I feel this might be the positive here now, is that you realize in some way in your life with all of this, you are at a crossroads right now, trying to figure out what direction what is it you need to do? What more do you need to accomplish or go for in life to make you feel whole again, or to make you feel emotionally balanced and satisfied, And I know we've gone through this before, if it's a relationship or not or whatever, but there is some area in your life, whether it is in your personal life or whether it is in your career, that maybe, or with your self-development even, that you are at some type of crossroads here, and you need to take that path forward instead of getting stuck here, in this feeling of discontentment.
And it is a path, because that's why the crossroads is there. To tell you that, maybe there's an opportunity that you can find, or that it is there beckoning to you. You just have to be wanting to go there, or seeing why it is you should or could go there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so in particular, with a question where I know somebody is alone and solitary, I particularly like to think that could, and they're not looking for love necessarily, is why I think oftentimes that's representative of you. But it could also represent a family member. It could also represent maybe somebody you work with. Is somebody you work with at a crossroads right now and might be leaving, and that could be causing some issues. So, whatever the case may be, I think that I'm more likely to lean that this is talking about you now. You're at a crossroads. You know something is wrong. You just can't get to the point of deciding what you need to do about it. And the cards aren't being very helpful with that right now, other than the fact that they say there are opportunities out there, even though you may not see them right now. So stay tuned. This sounds like a continuing soap opera or something in a way. I hate to say it that way, but it does.
Okay, thanks, Divine.
Yeah. Well, that's what we have for you today. Good luck with that, Divine.
Kara, what does Kara need to know from Spirit? Gonna go back to the Crow's Magic Tarot for that question.
My hair is falling
and
out
I
of
will
my...
spin. Didn't Kara win one?
Yes, we did Kara's reading.
Do we give her another spin?
No, we don't.
So, Violet...
Well, Violet can't remember all of that.
Why not? You're welcome, Divine.
We're asking a lot of Violet here.
I'm looking at your resume and it says you remember everything. No, it doesn't. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so no spin for Kara, but we hope you did enjoy the reading you got last week. And I am doing the Crow's Magic Tarot.
That's one reading we got done, and then I'll heck broke loose with the bunnies.
It must be bunnies.
Victoria, you're probably wondering, what the heck are we talking about? Because I haven't talked about any of this on Twitter yet, but it's been crazy around here.
The bunnies?
Yeah, I've only been DMing some people about it who've been on our show and saw us talking about it. But
we just somehow became bunny rescuers, if you read between the lines there. It must be bunnies. One of my favorite TV shows, and that was a nice episode too. Yes.
All right.
Kara, what do you want from Spirit? What do you need to know from Spirit? Well, there's a Hermit that's reversed. There's an upright 6 of coins.
By the way, the hawk that visited us, I think, was a red-tailed hawk. Pretty sure about that by the way the coat looked.
And then there's the reversed 9 of cups. So right away, Spirit may be saying, you're not always going to get everything you really want. Or it's very likely that maybe the things you want aren't really best for you, and you may have to find that out on your own or not. The Hermit reverse, though, is saying maybe what you really also need to know from Spirit is that it's okay to sometimes get away into a more mundane thing. It's the 6 of coins upright. And to not always be looking for spiritual solutions, remedies, or information. The Hermit reverse may be saying that, like the 9 of Cups reverse is saying, sometimes these things aren't necessarily going to be that helpful for you or necessarily something you can appreciate. Oh, you don't get that?
No, I'm laughing about something I just thought of. Seriously, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. You'll laugh too, I think.
So Spirit is just saying it's okay to have fun and not to be totally trying to become, the next grand druid, werewolf, something. But that last card that I'm getting to now, the 6 of coins upright, I think Spirit says you have something to share. And maybe what you have to share isn't necessarily the emotional stuff or necessarily the mystical stuff. Maybe what you share is just something of yourself that doesn't necessarily involve those things. And maybe that's what Spirit wants you to know.
Kara, why is it that I see the mark of the beast here?
oh no! It's upside down, but it's still a 6.
It's a 9, but it's upside down, so it looks like a 6.
It's still a 6.
And then we have a 6 here, and we have an upside down one here, which is 666. It's just funny. I'm sorry.
Wait.
I laughed when I saw that.
Get back, hellspawn.
I'm sorry, I'm crying almost. I'm laughing so hard. So, inside. So, I see this kind of interesting thing going on here, Kara. I think what Spirit wants you to know is, you're going to have to get out of the cave. You're going to have to get out into the world to really achieve what it is you desire. Because, obviously, with the 9 of Cups reversed here, there are setbacks to goals and aims. So what is causing that exactly? Well, I see the 6 here, and the 6 talks about that give and take in relationships. So I also want to say that one of the things you need to watch out for here is to be sure that in your pursuit of your goals, don't sell yourself short. Make sure things are fair, make sure things are equitable, and make sure, that you're not being taken advantage of, that there is an equal exchange here. Whether it's with a job, whether it's with a relationship, whatever the case may be, whatever your goal is, make sure that you are being treated fairly and that things are smooth. Don't sell yourself short. Don't think that you can't achieve what you desire. You just may have to put more of yourself out there in the real world to make it happen. Because the Hermit's now reversed. He's coming out of that cave, and it's time for you to get yourself out there to make things happen. That's what Spirit wants you to know.
So 6 is your life path, and technically there was only one 6 there, and that was the best one.
Right.
The others were 9s reversed. So we're going to do wiggle room there. Yes, in theory you're a beast, but in reality you're life path 6.
I'm sorry. Well, if it is your life path, that really is interesting that it came up like that. It's funny.
Okay, so on to the Lenormand.
It's my little numerology, Mr. O.
No.
Is it a 6?
It's not a 6, but it's worse.
Oh, no.
Okay, we need a bigger cross because I just pulled the snake.
What number is that, 7?
7.
Well, you know what's really funny about that? Is I pulled another number 9, but it's upright. It's 9, and it is the bouquet.
But 9 and 7 is 16, and that has a 6.
Yeah, but it's 7, which goes with that, which is interesting. Well, you know what this
Your
says?
gift is evil.
Okay, now we're losing all control here.
Hysterical. Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry.
And I feel here, I feel here that, you have to be careful to, again, I maybe think both of these may fall in line with what I was cautioning here, in that, you may feel like something is a positive, but make sure that whatever you're being given, let's say somebody's, like a snake oil salesman, for example, bringing up the snake here, but a snake oil salesman tries to tell you, oh, they've got the cure-all for everything, and it's not true. So make sure whatever you're being given, whatever somebody is trying to sell you or tell you or buy you in on, or try to make you feel like, yes, we'll help you obtain what you desire this way, make sure they're not being deceptive. Watch for deceptions. Not all good things come in pretty packages, or, what comes in pretty packages, I should say, are not all good things.
Well, at this point, I think I need to remind everybody that about 2 months ago, somebody walked into my library with a snake.
Oh, gosh.
A ball python around their neck as if it were a scarf. So, yes, Kara, your gift is evil.
I'm sure it must have been their therapy animal, Mr. O.
Not all that glitters is gold. Sometimes it's those little scales on the snake. Glittering as they slink along.
So there's a little bit of deception here. When you go out and you make yourself vulnerable and try to get something good, whether it's a job, whether it's a loan, whether it's a romantic interest, just be wary, that people are not always upfront, and just be cautious in your pursuit of what you desire. If you let your guard down, you could undermine what you're trying to accomplish here. So make sure everything is on the up and up. I almost think the 6 of coins, in a way, like I said, seems to reflect this in some way.
Well, I was going to say that, so thank you. But the 6 of coins is about giving, and of course, the bouquet is about a gift. So it is about what you give, and maybe what you give is a perception about the things that are real, that are more physical than the more esoteric things. And of course, so that ties it back into the snake too.
So we have for you, Kara,
and I can see she's rushing
reading.
We want to get away from the snake.
The 666. I'm sorry. I just couldn't resist. It just made me laugh. I needed a good laugh today, I guess.
In some future realm, an historian will come across this page.
Oh, no. All right, Apple, you made it to you. Hooray. And I hope everybody's being patient. We will read for everybody on the list. We're sorry we got a little carried away there.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that story, but somebody actually did come into my library, and they thought it was okay to bring their pet snake in.
My energy. Seen a connection to this part of me feels like that. What say the energies? It's my reading, right?
Yes. And you spin. You spin or spin?
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Kara's become a goth duck. I like that because, goths are like, in water too, and they don't care. And okay, maybe.
No free reading. It landed on the Empress card. All right. Let's roll on with this one. But you get a free reading right now.
Well, this has certainly been a good afternoon. I started off a little bit somber because I was misunderstanding things and also all that bunny stuff.
It's been hard.
Now I'm busting a gut over Kara's reading.
news is it looks like it has not rained again yet.
I'm really happy for that. I didn't shuffle.
Oh! I'm anxious to check the weather forecast, too, and see what's going on and if it's changed. I'm hoping against hope that maybe the storms will go around us this time.
Our goal is to get the bunnies back out there.
I'd like to put them back where
dusk.
they were, but it's complicated. It's just complicated. And it's really a long, huge story. I sense a soul story coming out of this whole thing, including the hawk part of it. It's just everything is so strange right now. Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Violet.
We have the Two of Pentacles upright. But we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Oopsie. And I like to see this way. We have the Ten of Wands reversed. So what do the energies say? Well, I think the energies say that despite maybe some false starts or maybe some feelings of, I don't know, maybe growth stagnating or just something not working out the way you may have wanted it to, things are starting to stabilize a little bit here. I almost feel for you in some way. I feel like right here there's balance. It might be a little bit difficult because also you have this Ten of Wands here. Maybe what it is saying, if you feel like your energies have not been productive, have not been producing the results that you've been hoping for, you need to find that balance. You need to try to put everything in balance. And that may involve eliminating some things that have been really burdensome to you. And it looks like you're going to do it. You know, whether you're going to get helpers, whether you're going to get somebody that you can help shift the burdens to, or whether you yourself are finding that you finally are getting close to the completion of something that you have been working on. It's close, but it's not been working out the way you thought. And so, you know, there's always a little bit harder work as you achieve and go towards the end. But you're almost there. And if you can find a way to lighten things up and balance things out more, you might be able to turn that around.
Well, this one's going to be a little bit rough for me, so I'm going to try to do my best. I'm wondering if what you're picking up is the feeling that a project or direction is not working out, there's a delay there or something like that is happening, or maybe this is suggesting that that's what the energies are saying, that this is a time to kind of have a pause to some degree. When I was looking at it while Banshee was talking, I had the word in my head, calibration, when I looked at this card. And of course, I'm not exactly sure. Calibration is sort of like alignment, or it's sort of like syncing, you know, like something needs to be synced or put into balance, you know, the basic idea. Is the project itself concerned with getting rid of something, getting rid of oppressions or burdens, and therefore this is just really not a time where it can happen for some reason, that there's just other things that are more important to you. I don't know why I'm feeling that.
Well, I feel like this, you know, could be about some goal or project or something you're applying energy towards that isn't turning out the way you thought. But I also wonder if it couldn't be about personal growth. If this couldn't involve personal growth and some setbacks you feel to achieving it. And it just has to do with some things, you know, getting the right balance right now, trying to be more balanced and calm, and eliminating some of the distractions or things that are burdening your spirit right now or your growth. You know, there are just things that happen in life, like bunnies, that get in the way of things. So I wonder, sometimes, because this can be about, this could even be about physical health matters too. And if you're feeling your energy being depleted there, it could be just because you need to find more balance in your life, whether it's with your diet, nutrition, or exercise, or all of it. And you'll feel less stressed and less burdened if you pull that together.
Is there some kind of struggle maybe between your artistic or aesthetic kind of ambitions with projects or things, and then maybe the idea that the amount of energy or the amount of what you hope returns just doesn't, it feels like that's the struggle, is not getting over involved in something that is only pleasing you on your personal level, not really doing anything more than that. And you want that, but you want to be successful elsewhere too. So, the Child and the Tower. And of course, this isn't Tarot's Tower.
Right. Wow. So I feel here that this is going to be a slow process. Whatever this is, maybe something has slowed things down a bit. Obviously, if you have the Ace reverse, there is kind of a delays or slowness. I feel like you need to take this one step at a time. This may involve hospital, healthcare, institutions. This could also be solitary pursuits. This may be something, like I said, that you alone, because this is about being solitary, that you alone are going to need to work out, and it's a slow process.
Right. A lot of times I don't feel like the Lenormand is going directly with the cards, but this time I sort of feel that they are tied in, because the question has more esoteric theoretical possibilities here. So I think that this is true, that whatever this is, if it's a battle between your one set of ambitions versus some more reality ambitions, you might have to spend more time with it, and you might have to spend more time with it really alone, really diving deep into it. So
all right. I don't know what else to say about this other than I think you're the one who's going to have to solve this.
Right, because it may
like
involve
because it's
a
really
release.
Talking about in isolation.
Well, and it's kind of funny because the Tower sort of goes along with this release of things.
It does, but oftentimes that says you actually get people to help you, but I don't think that's the case anymore. I do feel you will learn what you need to let go of and what you need to, keep. And it's just decisions that you're going to have to make about where you want, what you need to let go of and release yourself from, what burdens to achieve this balance and harmony. And that's what we have for you. Yeah, I was going to answer Violet about the weather because it's really funny, Violet. I can go like less than 10 minutes away from me and it'll be raining, and it won't be raining in my city. And so, it's really hard for me to say. I'd rather not say the city I live in, but it's probably a good enough forecast for now. But they said the rain, because this frontal system coming through, could happen all, off and on all day and into tonight.
We love you too.
And partially tomorrow. Oh, you're very welcome, Apple.
I hope it was
that
helpful.
Helped. It was really interesting the way, because I really do feel a very big affinity here between this Two of Pentacles and that 10 of Wands reversed. I think they hold the key to turning this around. I really do. So good luck with that. All right?
Mm-hmm. Right. I work in a different zip code, but because everything is...
Actually, I'm just going to say this. I think that city you live in, they do use some of our zip code too, part of it. Part of it is there, and part of it's the city by the water, and part of it is us, and it may even be part Trenton.
But it takes
it
takes me like 7 minutes to get there.
I know. And
it's about 3 miles from here, and I can go there and it's pouring rain, and then I'll say, "Hey, Banshee,
did it rain here?" No.
And we're really close.
Yeah.
So
just weird.
I hope you're right. 8 is around the time that we saw Mama Bunny last night, so I hope it works out.
That's why it's like when, it was like literally after sunset when it starts getting dark and you can just barely see things outside. But the bunny was very clearly in the path. Mama Bunny was there. And then we had to step back a bit because we want her to feel comfortable going to them. I'm almost positive in the more darkness that I could see her there with the babies. I'm almost positive, but...
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but I think it's possible because we didn't see her on the walkway anymore.
Yes.
Then I saw...
And we saw her again.
Path. I saw her darting through our bushes.
So that's why I think she did her business, because literally, from what I've read, everybody, Mama bunnies only visit the nest twice a day at most, mostly once, and it's for 5 or 10 minutes to feed their young because they want to not attract predators.
Okay, and Libra's already won a reading, and we're in consultation with her, so we're not going to spin for Libra again.
Yep.
But thanks anyways. And I'm going to use my secret tarot for Libra's question. Is their intuition right at this time?
Okay.
And I'm going to sneeze, too. Excuse me. It'll be a rare sneeze if it's only one. You're coming, Nisha. Hang in there.
What?
Nisha.
I didn't think they were on the list. I must have missed
they're on after Libra.
Oh, okay.
Just stated.
I need to update my list, as usual.
I mentioned them earlier when they came in.
I kind of
Marcia
decided
came right after
to
them.
let things go, and
Is Marcia on your
everybody
list?
was showing different things about what the list
Is
should be.
Marcia on your list?
Yeah, she is, after
Nisha
Libra.
came right in before that.
Well, I missed that.
Okay.
Sue me. Everything was a little confusing, as you yourself was a little confused.
Well, some good confusion will be happening soon.
Good confusion? Is that like good trouble?
Yeah, good trouble. We know. We understand. Okay, Libra. Is your intuition... Were we going to just pull 3, right?
Yeah,
We didn't think about this.
I think so.
Okay, well, if it was...
Holy moly.
If we were going for aces, we would have had one already.
That's okay, though. That's a good ace to have here.
Yes, it is for this question, sure.
I think so.
And then there's a reversed Queen of Cups
And a reverse next card.
and a reversed Knight of Cups, or Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Cups does talk about intuitive abilities, so if it's reversed, it may be saying, oh, there's a filter going on. Maybe it's shaded by feelings that are blocking some of the intuitions.
Do you think maybe that's blocking the intuition?
The Knight of Pentacles being reversed is maybe somebody that could be overly cautious, and so I don't know how you work your intuition. Everybody probably works it differently, but it may be that you're approaching mentally the process by doubting your intuition, and so that's absolutely what you should do if you are doing that. The Ace of Wands is a positive card. It's about growth, so I think it's saying that your intuition is alive and is growing. It's just basically whether you can access it and trust it enough.
Well, Libra, we always have off times. Even the best of us, we have our off days. We have our off readings. We may be really on target with one, and then the next one, maybe not so much. So I feel here, this is saying right now that your intuition might be not as, you might be not as in tune as you may think right now. There might be some things blocking you. And I feel with the Knight of Pentacles here, it's just indicating that maybe too many mundane things might be blocking the flow right now. But I feel here you shouldn't worry too much about it because it's transient. And I think that the Ace of Wands is saying all is good. It will resurface again. It will begin anew. It's just a matter of time. And I like what Mr. O said. It's going to grow for you in time. But this is just right now, I would suggest to you maybe not the best time to trust it. Or you need to pull yourself back from some of the mundane concerns in your life that might be blocking it at this time. Maybe feeding you false signals. Sometimes things happen in our lives and we react to them, and instead our gut may be trying to tell us something else, but we're not seeing it because we're too in the reactive stage to whatever it is. So that's what I'm kind of sensing here.
All right, Lenormand.
Here. No. Scrabbing for the Lenormand, and there's grapes.
Yes, there's a bunny.
And a bunny on the card. They're everywhere. Believe me, they're everywhere.
So I pulled the mountain.
This is interesting.
And you have the gift.
Right. Okay, this is about gifts or joy. Well, what can I say here? Obviously, intuition is a gift, and so what I'm feeling here is your gifts are blocked a little bit right now. You should just try to do a little bit more meditative practice, a little bit more downtime, get out in nature more, get into silence more, and try to just relax. Don't push it. By all means, don't push it. But yeah, I would have to say here, your gift right now might be going through a little period of blockage. Yeah, I mean, it's not to say that everything's not getting through, but I think that some things are not getting through.
I'm not going to use blockage. I'll just say that maybe there's a little bit harder going here. You could say struggle, but when you're approaching a mountain, you want to find the least obstructed path or maybe the least rough path to walk on. So I think this is clear that she's right. It is, in fact, a gift, our intuition that we all have. And it may be that the overall statement is that right now, it may be harder for you to access some of that, but it doesn't mean it will always be that hard, or it doesn't even necessarily mean that it might be worth that struggle to get there. That maybe there's just the possibility that, like I said, we were talking about this being mundane things. Maybe something is sort of blocking you because it doesn't necessarily feel you want that truth from your intuition. So you have to take that into account too, perhaps.
Yeah, we're sorry, Shafia. We won't be able to read for you today. It's been, we're going into overtime now.
We're actually in overtime now.
So
we have a number of readings to do. So we are sorry about that. We can give you a quick spin on the wheel. We could do that right now and just read a quick spin for you. Do you want to do that?
Go ahead.
Okay. And this is for a lightning round. And you got the World. So this may be saying that what is going on right now amounts to you seeking perfection or trying to adjust to the level of completions you need to have. Maybe you have completed something recently, or maybe you are about to complete something. You want it to be as perfect as possible, and that's what you're working towards.
A cycle is about to be completed for you, whatever the case may be, and success is assured. And don't think that it's all over once it's done, though. It's time for new things to happen in your life once this cycle is completed.
Yes.
And that's all we can do for you today. We apologize for that, but we're running into overtime right now. All right.
You're welcome. You're very welcome, and thank you for that. Hope to see you another time. Don't forget, we are on twice a week for these readings. So we will be on again Thursday. All we can say is the trick is really coming early. All right.
All right. So we're on Nisha, you are up.
And they wanted a general reading.
All right. That's your cards. And do we spin the wheel for Nisha?
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm. Is that me and my cards?
No.
It's you and your cards.
Didn't we use the Secret Tarot?
Oh, we did.
So it's your turn. Thank you, Violet.
Well, it's barely the star, I think, or it's the moon. I can't tell from my angle, but you did not win a free reading. We're spinning the wheel all month long for free readings.
But we'll try it again next time.
But you get a small reading now, so we'll do that. The general reading. Let's do it. The readings we're giving away are a little bit longer. We're doing that because it's our anniversary month. We've been doing these readings now online for 3 years. This is the start of our 4th year. Oh, I keep going back to this dragon deck. I like it. Hey, if you can, once you cut.
What do you want? Oh, do the camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Too late.
I might still get something.
Yeah. Sonny wants to pull a room, Lenormand. He says, no, I'll just sleep. Okay, we have the moon reversed. Sorry about that. I thought he was cleaning his paw just a moment ago, and I was hoping to get him on camera. But do the cats ever cooperate? No.
So what is that?
The moon reversed.
Okay, the moon reversed.
Ooh, another major arcana. The Emperor's upright.
The Emperor upright.
Well, and if you got to get the 5 of Pentacles, you want it reversed. So the 5 of Pentacles is reversed. Interesting stuff here. All right, I think...
God bless you too.
If you have felt lately, Nisha, and I don't know you, so if you have felt, though, recently that maybe things have not been going your way, you have felt maybe left out, for example, of things, or just maybe not feeling well if your health has not been well, or maybe you feel like you've been left out, you feel like isolated, or things not going well. I feel like control is starting to return for you. The Emperor is here, and it is indicating control and really taking charge of your life once more and what might be going on around you. You know, if you felt left out or unable to get a job, say, or unable to, I don't know, put food on the table, whatever the case may be, you're finally taking charge and taking action. And it might be because something has been revealed to you. The moon here is saying something is finally clicking, where you realize the answers that you seek are now coming to you, and it's giving you more control and ability to change the course of your life for the better in whatever circumstances this is, love, relationships, financial, business.
Yes, Victoria, that was the moon on the spinner wheel, so that's interesting. We like when that happens.
Yeah, another synchronicity.
So the moon reversed
Good
is
point.
about, things being found out, mysteries being uncovered, or realizing certain things. And maybe what you're realizing is, of course, that you have more strength than you thought, that you have more control than you thought. Maybe you didn't feel you were in charge of either a certain thing or a number of things. I mean, this could pertain to one specific area of your life, Nisha. So it may be that you're realizing you have more control or you have more stakes in the matter. So that could be it too, because just because you're an emperor doesn't mean things don't have to be regulated. So those are stakes you have to manage. You have to have involvement in relationships to receive reciprocals. So having said all that, with this 5 of coins reversed, I think there's also an idea that what you're finding out is that you do, it's sort of another echo of this in a different way. You do have to rely on yourself, that really it is up to you to make some of these changes or to be in charge of what that process is. It may be that you've been trying to maybe avoid that or thinking somebody else was going to be able to help you with that, but that doesn't really exist in the situation that we may be talking about, and you will have to kind of take charge there, but you just haven't totally realized it yet or agreed with it.
This card also indicates, that a recovery of some sort is in progress, whether it's physical because of health-related concerns or whether it's emotional because of a relationship breakup, or whether it's maybe possibly a reconciliation. Something changes, and it's basically because I feel you're taking more charge of things, and it's because you have more knowledge now, some information has come to you that's allowed you to finally set things in motion that are putting you on the right course once again. And let's do the Lenormand on this and see what we get. And where are they?
In front of you.
Oh, Sunny has them.
Yes.
It's Sunny all along.
You're welcome, Nisha. Hold on. We got 2 more from our Lenormand, which is another system of cartomancy.
It's one of those instances they literally stuck together. You're going to get 3 because I pulled 2. Okay.
So in tandem, Banshee pulled the ship and the tower. Take it away, Banshee.
Well, I feel like...
And I have the gentleman.
Right. Now, like we've said before, the gentleman could indicate another person in your life, whether it's family, friends, a lover, or a husband. It could indicate somebody in your life, but it could also indicate you. It's sometimes gender in this tile doesn't matter. I feel this might relate to you. And it's showing that you are moving away now from a period of isolation, a period of keeping your, being more alone. That now is a time that you might get back into more either community activities or various things around you. If you're looking for relationships, you might be putting yourself in a position to find one. If you're looking for jobs, you're going to get out there and do it.
Well, sometimes in tarot, the moon's aspects might lend itself towards a feeling of being alone, solitariness. So I could, of course, see the tower supporting that. The idea maybe that in your period of isolation that you may be moving from, that this is how you came to these realizations about what we said, that you needed to be more outgoing in certain respects. And I think that's what this is that this is all about bringing you to a point where maybe you can be a little bit more outgoing, aggressive, if you want to call that, or definitive in terms of what you feel you need to do to advance yourself. This card is really about advancing yourself, as well as that they're in tandem with each other too. And I think this card is saying this time you spend maybe in contemplation or moving from that period of contemplation holds the best time for you to make some changes perhaps and see how you can get, positivity moving.
And if you are seeking work or employment, this could be an indication too that you are moving towards, or if you're changing jobs, this could also indicate to me a change of jobs or institutions as well. That could be factored in here too.
All right.
And that's what we have for you. I hope that resonated in some way. Thank you for waiting.
Thank you for waiting.
Appreciate
Thank you, everybody, for waiting, because I know that there are more people here. Marcia is up. I'm going to spin the wheel for you, Marcia.
Literally could not grab one
Cross
of
your
them.
Fingers. If you get the Wheel of Fortune on our device, the Wheel of Fortune,
Mr. O is spinning.
You get a free reading. Wham!
The Hierophant.
Okay, not this time.
Nope.
But you can try again. And, okay, general reading. Whoops, I keep those. You take those. And I'm back to the Night Sun Tarot for Marcia's general reading.
Okay. Go back to this next time.
And I'll remind everybody again that we are on Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. doing what we're doing here pretty much, regular reading questions. Don't forget there will be a happy hour on Sunday. It'll probably be just that 1 hour because I do have to go to work that morning. So we're just going to be in and out. Don't forget to check out the emotional exchanges Fridays at 7. We had a nice one this last Friday, and we will have one every Friday. Goth Tarot for those who want to explore shadow issues in their lives, possibly figure out what it is that depresses them or what is depressing around them. All right.
Well, we were a little slow in the
Yes, Asal.
We were a little slow in the beginning this morning, but when we started the show this morning, I was slow this morning because we were telling the tales of what was going on with the bunnies and the hawk and all of that.
Asal, if you're here right now, you need to write to us at our Gmail account, and then we'll have your email. We will do a reading, and probably in the next day or so, we hope, and then we will let you know where to see that reading. It will be a private link on YouTube. Our email is TFT Tarot for Today @gmail.com. So please write us.
Do you have a screen with that on that you could put up?
No, I could make one real quick if you give me some time.
No.
Okay. Marcia.
Gosh,
Okay, Marcia, we have the upright Six of Wands for you. And then,
okay, that's awesome.
And then we have the reversed Page of Wands. And then finally we have the upright Temperance.
Wow, for the most part, pretty good, Marcia. Let's see. So that's the Page of Wands reversed?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to start there. Always got to start with the bad news first, right? And that's what that is. The Page of Wands indicates there might be some upsetting news, some bad news coming your way. It could be from your job because it is a wand card. It could be in other areas of your life. It could be maybe some setbacks with some goals or things you wanted to get done, and there's just going to be some delays there. It might be just something you can't control that's going to happen. But no worries here, because, you have the Six of Wands, which indicates to me that there is some victory coming to you. There is some progress being made. Despite the setback or bad news, progress is being made. And I feel here that that's Temperance? Oh, okay. With Temperance here, this is such an interesting deck. With Temperance here, it's indicating that things are just going to be very harmonious right now. Despite the fact, that you might get something that might throw you off your game a little bit here. Just know right now that people are thinking very highly of you right now, and that you are in a place to score a victory. And I feel it's because you are managing things with such a level head. Temperance is all about balance. Temperance is all about working in harmony, that everything in your life is in harmony. So, some bad news hits.
I'm not going to say that I think that reverse page is that so much as that maybe it might indicate maybe a little bit of some self-confidence issues in yourself at this time. Maybe you're feeling you're not exactly in sync, on time with things, like you're just a little harried right now. But the other cards, as we've discussed, or as Banshee's discussed, are pretty good. Temperance really says very much that if there is stress here because of what I just said, it's going to kind of bottom out and kind of mellow up, from there. There's a sense maybe that as the harriedness moves away, things are going to start to calm down for you. And what was that? The Six of Wands there? Mm-hmm. And that just really shows that once you feel more relaxed, more aligned or integrated with the flow of things, you're going to feel like you can be more productive and you can give and take more with your friends or with family in a sense of mutual circumstances. Summer's ending, so we'll be looking forward to, maybe end of summer picnics or things. I almost said Labor Day, and I said, wait, Labor Day's not a Canadian holiday.
So I also look at this not Ace, but the Page of Wands as a potential new beginning that just doesn't get off the ground. But really, it's okay because, like I said, you are on a really good path right now. And people think a lot of you, because also that's showing, that people think you do great things and they're happy with you. And Temperance is just saying all is in balance, all is in harmony.
Well, I think the Six of Wands really feels like something that's very shareable on either sense. People going back and forth and saying good job. Maybe you're saying good job to people. You're just sort of deepening, or like I said before, mellowing into partnerships and relationships.
Okay.
So I sure hope so. Hope the tips pick up.
Holiday. Woohoo.
So I have the birds, and that's followed by the letter. And of course, sometimes I think the letter is very similar to the Page of Wands in a way. He's sort of that messenger kind of idea there.
Well, it's funny you say that because you weren't sure it was about a bad message. But look, we've got a letter and we've got news. So what does that mean?
Well, I guess it does mean that there's something coming to you. I'm not so sure it's related to any of what we said here, but maybe it obviously is. Maybe it is just saying, that the information coming to you suggests that maybe the lulls in business you're feeling or the sense of being harried will kind of abate a little bit. There's a bit of chatter going on with that too. So maybe there's some things that are unfolding that won't necessarily be super great, but they won't be super bad. They may just be part of that tapestry of sort of sharing some stuff with people.
This is such an odd thing, Marcia, and it's so synchronistic in a way, because that is the Page of Wands is a messenger. And so I do feel here some news is coming to you. It's absolute. It might come in the form of maybe electronic communications. It may come in the form of somebody talking to you. It may come in the form of a letter. It's really hard to say because it's all kind of represented here. But it does fit in with this. And so, when I stop and I think about it, yeah, when it's reversed, this could talk about setbacks and a negative news, but I really do think it's tempered by the positive cards we pulled here. So all I'm going to say about this is there may be some slight disappointment or some slight setback news, and it sounds to me like you're going to hear about it soon, but it's all going to be balanced out in the end because it's really not going to throw you off your game. Everything looks very positive here overall.
Well, I think that really what Banshee said, the idea that the cards are better than not, but that there are these wands there, and then the letter, which to me supports the wand, the trees sit in, or the birds sit in a tree, which is wands too. This is all more about your business life than anything else, and so it does show that's where your concerns are right now.
It's interesting because the letter could tie into that. And, of course, conversely, the wands, the birds, which is about communication too, in a way, could tie into swords, which is air and about communication. So I just think it's the whole thing's very synchronistic. And so I really think don't sweat the small stuff, If something disappoints you, don't let it rain on your parade because everything else is looking good.
Hang in there.
Yep.
It'll get better.
All right, and are we on Tidal Wave? Is Tidal Wave still here?
Is it Tidal? All right.
Yeah, we're actually close to the bottom of the list now. We got to move.
Tidal is up next. All right, then Victoria, Susie, and Rakesh, and Violet. Okay. So that'll be your spin and your deck.
All right.
So let's see. Hopefully Tidal Wave was hanging on.
There you are. All right.
I always have to say that, and then, of course, somebody says, here I am. So this is for your free reading possibility.
Well, and
you're very welcome, Marcia.
Judgment. So, nope, you are not a winner of a free reading.
Maybe next time.
But you get a short one here. Could you pick up your cards, Mr. O?
No.
No. Well, and that's Temperance, Marcia. Go with the flow. That's absolutely reflected in that card.
All right. How are finances looking for Tidal Wave? Good question. The question almost all of us want to know.
Oops.
And I think it's time for another Sunny Cam.
Mr. Sunman. Right now, he's being very good. He's not disrupting anything. He's been good.
And, of course, he's on the monitor on your screen, too.
He's not been very good in the beginning of the show.
See your screen's monitor there?
I do.
So there he is there, too.
I do.
So it's like one of those pictures. Oh, you can hear him purring? You're lying. I'm teasing.
He does have a fairly loud purr, I will say.
He does, actually.
And he does the silent meow so well. Just a little bit of a squeak sometime there.
Thank you, everybody. And Victoria, if you want to post the GoFundMe information either in the regular comment section or here, or send it to me later, and I'll post it again too. Victoria's cat is having some serious health issues, and so there is a way we can help.
Poor Sunny Sun. Look at you. Look at you.
And back to Tidal Wave. How are finances looking for Tidal Wave Tarot?
So I did not bring my Star Trek Next Generation deck out here. I'm hoping to do just an unboxing, not a review. I might do a review of it, but I have something else I have to review, the Trick or Treat Tarot, and I've been working on that, but bunnies got in the way.
It must be bunnies. Okay, how are finances looking for Tidal Wave? We have the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, that's a good way to start.
Uh-oh.
We have the reversed Ace of Cups.
Oh.
And then we have the Ten of Wands. So I think a lot of this is definitely about hard work. That's what the Ten of Wands always talks about. And maybe the idea that, some of it is a bit of a burden. But the Ace of Pentacles on the other side may indicate that there is a beginning to something material. It may be just beginning. It could be a new job. It could be some other situation that maybe you are hoping to get financial, benefit from it. The Ace of Cups reverse may be indicating something else. If I wanted to put it strictly in relationship to the question, it may be that you feel there's something you don't really want to do or you don't like doing, and it may be involved as part of what this is in terms of trying to have finances. So I don't know if that's about, like maybe it's trying to get a loan, or maybe it's trying to change into a job that you don't really feel you would like or that you're really well suited for, but you may feel you have to do this for some reason.
Well, you know what they say, Tidal Wave, no pain, no gain. And that's basically the Ten of Wands here, no pain, which is painful. He's carrying burdens and loads here. No pain, you don't get any gain. So I feel here that it is a struggle financially right now, but that there is something that may be opening up for you. There is a struggle here, and I feel that, sometimes you feel very emotional about it. That there can be, it can be upsetting at times, depending on how burdensome work feels to you to try to make ends meet. But I really feel here that, your hard work, your efforts that you are putting into things are going to pay off for you. There's going to be the beginning of growth and prosperity in your life, but it's not going to be, like I said, without some little bits of upset along the way over maybe some of the stress and strain it may be putting in your life. Maybe your relationships, maybe other facets of your life are feeling, you're feeling the burden. You feel like you can't spend enough time in another area because of the time you're spending trying to make things grow. But ultimately, there's a payoff here, and I think it's that Ace of Pentacles.
Well, it's interesting what you said there, Tidal Wave, because that could be talking about that Ten of Wands there. Maybe the idea of going back for education does feel burdensome. Mm-hmm. So I could kind of see that there, and maybe that's saying that Ace of Cups says you wouldn't want to do that, or you have mixed feelings or not great feelings about that. I mostly have to agree with Banshee, though, and say that the Ace of Pentacles is our winning card there, and it does seem like despite those other ideas, I see you work as a educator. So is that the job maybe, is going back to be an educator, or is it the schooling to take for that process? But either way, it maybe has a sense of feeling like a burden, but it is the way forward for you to maybe guarantee or put you closer to this idea about, better finances.
I see what you did there, and yes, when you stop and think about it, the Ace of Wands or Pentacles could be about going back to school and getting more education. The beginning of that could very well be. And anyway, it does seem burdensome, but I also feel that the Ace of Wands has that Pentacles, God, has that dual message here that it will pay off for you. You know it will too, don't you?
Well, it's really weird, and I don't know where you're from, Tidal Wave, but, there's a lot of educators who are talking about getting out of the business just because of too many changes from their school districts.
That's right. So you may want to have to consider that, and yeah, it's going to add some stress and burdens and emotionally affect you, but think about that now before you even get started, and start planning on ways you can try to find a good, healthy balance between all the things you're working on. It can be done. I worked 3 jobs and was taking care of a sick mother and was, going crazy. 3 jobs, going to school, but part of school was my internship, the 3rd job. So, but it was a grade and I had to do well at it. So I had all that pressure on me, and I realized I just had to time it out. It's only going to take so much of my life to get through this. I can get through this. Take it day by day and you should be okay. All right, let's see what Lenormand has to add to this. I'm laughing again, but in a good way. Maybe. Oh, man. But that's okay. We got to just put it out there.
So there's the key, which means the key, and there's the mountain. Okay, it fits, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Because it's actually, this aligns with the Ten of Wands.
100%.
The mountain would seem to indicate that there's no way around a certain level of work and struggle here.
You have to climb the mountain, you have to make, if you want to progress and you want to achieve the financial security you seek, you have to climb that mountain. That is key here. And so it does mean there's going to be additional burdens on your life. But remember, the Ten of Wands talks about this being transitory too. It's like
True.
Your hard work will pay off. There is an end game with the Ten of Wands. And so you have to keep that in mind. Remember, tens are the end of a cycle. So it does get harder as you try to get to the end of that cycle. But you'll get there, and it will pay off. So try to maintain as much emotional balance and stability, because I know it was 3-4 months of hell for me.
Oh, Tidal Wave, we so get what you just said there. I often say on this show or elsewhere, the only reward for hard work is more hard work. So sorry
good luck
about
with that. It's so interesting, this reading was.
It wasn't an interesting reading.
I'm sorry it maybe wasn't as good as you might like it to be. All right, that's what we have for you. Oh, could it be? Could it be?
Victoria!
You're up.
Victoria! Victoria! Victoria!
And you get to spin the wheel for her.
That's a song by the Kinks, if nobody remembers it. The Kinks? What are you talking about, Oberon? Alrighty.
Ah.
Cross your fingers, Victoria. Wah. The Sun, not the Wheel of Fortune. So better luck next time. Thank you, Victoria.
All right. So, are you saying that you have somebody you're interested in now or is interested in you, and you're wondering if it's just going to be something lasting or will it just remain flirtatious? Am I getting that right?
The third fish is for tacos. No.
Okay. All right. My deck? Your
no,
deck.
it's my deck. And
I'd go with the secrets.
What?
I'd go with the secrets.
I know. The Secret Tarot. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
All right. Can I turn the camera? Can I just turn
Have a great week, Tidal Wave.
Can I turn the camera?
Yes.
I just wanted everybody to see Sonny's perfect loaf that he's making. He's a loaf of bread right now. He's got his legs tucked in there.
Are you saying he's crusty?
Oh, no. Cranky sometimes. I guess that would be crusty.
Thanks for joining us, Tidal Wave. Sunny Loaf, that's right.
He was concerned because I was sleeping in so late today. He kept trying to come up and nuzzle by me and wake me, and I was just too tired from the whole ordeal of the bunnies during the night. He is our therapy cat. He wants to be. One more. All right.
I need to check on the bunnies soon.
I know. Well, we're getting there.
I know. Okay. I want to read this again.
Is it just flirtatious or will it be more lasting?
So there's a Three of Pentacles.
Okay.
There's a Queen of Wands reversed.
Okay.
And there's a Three of Swords reversed.
I think this is really interesting. Yeah, 2 3s here. The Queen of Wands reversed, I would just say don't get too pushy. Don't get too aggressive. Don't let this move at its pace. There's definitely work to be done here. I almost wanted to say when I saw that card come up first that it's a work in progress. And you guys are maybe building something. It's hard to say. That would indicate to me that there might be some lasting potential here. But don't get too anxious about it and let things keep flowing the way they are. Either you or this other person might be undergoing a healing process right now, or one or both of you, have left a relationship or have had some sorrows in your life right now and you're in a healing mode. So sometimes these things take time.
I'm just going to be silly, and then I'm going to take it back because I don't want to offend you, but one of you needs therapy.
Whoa!
Okay, I'm kidding. I don't really mean that. But sometimes the Queen of Wands reversed is maybe somebody, and I don't know that it's you or the other person, that maybe, there's that flirting thing, but maybe it's flirting without really feeling like it will go somewhere. And I'm not talking about casual flirting because everybody does casual flirting, but maybe they're sort of still coming from a sense of hurt or pain. And the Three of Pentacles says maybe they're just trying to be with the people, with everybody, but they haven't decided yet how serious they want to be. It's not that they're not at all. Maybe it's about their approach.
Maybe. I'm going to reiterate again, though, that I feel it's a work in progress. You both could work this out. You could work and make this work, but it's going to take effort.
Yeah.
And I do feel that somebody has to feel comfortable or healed, That's what I see here. I'm almost saying that this could be you. But if the other person is rushing and trying to rush this along, it could be indicating them. And so do be careful because maybe this just needs a little bit more time to gel into something more permanent. I mean, we could do a yes and no and see.
Yeah, it feels like it needs work, but somebody maybe has to do their share of the work, which is some level of healing.
I don't know where this is going. I know where this is going, sort of.
The Cross and the Sith.
So I feel like somebody needs to heal. I mean, I feel this has to do with this Three of Swords card here. Somebody's been experiencing some grief, some heartache, maybe some long-term issues, and they need to cut that out. Literally, they need to cut back on that and heal in order to make this happen, because I feel it could be affecting the way things are going. You know, if somebody is flirting and not being serious, it could very well be because they're masking their grief right now. They're masking some past sorrow, and so they're being very superfluous about things, and they're not being serious because maybe they fear being serious at this time.
Well, I'm confused more than ever, but I do feel maybe that between the 2 or 3 of you, because I'm not even totally wrapped my head around that somebody is not being totally honest. And it doesn't mean that they don't have feelings, but they're not being totally honest about what their feelings mean in relationship to you. And maybe it's because they still have these pain things to work through, and they need to end one thing before they can really legitimately begin another.
Well, you know, it's funny. I'm not sure if this answers the big fish, small fish thing unless you can see who this might directly relate to. What I would suggest to you, if this isn't very clear, is come back on another show. Come join us again, whether it's Thursday night or Sunday. And we could do 2 cards for, I wish I had thought about this more. We could do 2 cards for the big fish and 2 cards for the small fish, and see how they really match up here. But if this describes one of the 2, then maybe that gives you your answer here.
I'm pulling the 3rd one.
What?
Because I want to see if I pull the fish.
Go for it.
I did not. I pulled the book.
Which means, to me, you need to explore both of these options more. You know, I think they both are meriting more exploration and thought. That's what we have for you right now. I hope we didn't muddle the issue more between big fish, little fish.
Well,
1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish was my favorite Dr. Seuss book.
I think you gave us some clarification there. Okay, so Banshee spins for Susie, and it's your deck.
Okay.
Good luck, Victoria. And yeah, it'll be curious to find out more, maybe.
All right, I'm going to spin for Susie and see if she gets a free reading from us.
Clear as mud. Somebody should do the mud pack tarot.
Nope, we got the man, I believe. So, no, you did not win a free reading, but we're reading for you now. All right. Hey, you are welcome, Victoria. Someday I'll tell you about all the things that happened today, or you could just watch the beginning parts of our show and find out.
Okay, Susie is asking, will Cancer come back to Capricorn, and does Cancer miss Capricorn?
Okay. I think we could do that in the 3 cards. Yeah. Unless you think we should do them separately, but I think at this point, let's throw 3 and see what we get.
We are verging on 5 o'clock.
Yeah. I got one more. All right. No rain yet.
If it was sunnier, I would feel better about
I know, it
everything
looks like it's
drying
really,
out there.
that it's overcast out there, not super dark, but it's overcast.
The last thing I want is more rain, but I don't know that we have an option to keep it away, despite what some people think.
Well, there's a frontal system coming through. Part of the problem. But last night I was amazed at how much of the radar things just kept dissipating before it hit our state. But unfortunately, enough got through to hit us.
Okay, Susie, your first card is the upright Page of Swords. I'm going to put that one there, I think. Yeah. And then that's the reversed King of Pentacles.
Clear as mud. LOL. I like that.
I got some glass cleaner, Victoria. And then Judgment.
Okay, so will Cancer come back to Capricorn, and does Cancer miss Capricorn? So we have the Page of Swords,
The King of Pentacles.
King of Pentacles, and Judgment. I'm not sure.
Me neither.
I'm really thinking that they don't, and they may not go back. Partially because I feel like they are on a different course now with Judgment. Judgment is like a reawakening, a renewal, and I almost feel this is indicating to me that they are moving in a different direction now. I almost feel with the King of Pentacles for some reason that they just aren't feeling anything. The King of Pentacles is just kind of a, I don't want to say a cold fish. We keep going back to fish here. But, and it is the mermaid deck. But I feel like the King of Pentacles maybe is just he's too wound up in other things to really consider, that. I want to go back and look at that. I'll come back, and does he miss Capricorn? I think he's just too wrapped up in other things. The Page of Swords indicates to me that they may be, I don't know if they're already commiserating or communicating with other people they are interested in. I'm wondering when I see that Page of Swords there, if there isn't something going on, like they're starting to establish a rapport or communication with someone else now, and they feel like they're on a different path now with this Judgment thing. They're restored, renewed. They want to move in a different direction. That's what I'm getting.
Right. I don't feel that they're aligned anymore. I sort of feel that there is a sense that they're not exactly connected that way. It's mostly because of the Judgment card. It looks like somebody has just sort of decided to reevaluate their life, and I'm feeling that King of Pentacles maybe suggests that they feel they have to take care of more physical matters that maybe are not being managed well in their life. And this could pertain to their livelihood or other people that they have to care for, children from another marriage or just relatives they're living with or friends they're living with. And the Page of Swords sort of tells me really that they want to put themselves in that level of focus where they are focusing on those things, that they are trying to do that. They don't feel like they have animosity. I think there's a sense of grace there. It just may be that in some ways they have moved on.
Yeah, I see it. And I wish I had better news if that's what you want to hear, that he does have feelings. I just don't see it in this
Bye,
reading.
Victoria.
And we will see you, Victoria.
Oh, okay. Well, things in the Northwest tend to keep moving that direction, don't they?
Rain northwest. It could very well be. It just depends. It might be moving upwards. That's what happened with a lot of the early rain yesterday. It seemed to go above us and to the north and more west of us. Or conversely, someone underneath us and around us into Canada. So it was very strange. We're in a weird spot. But unfortunately this time a lot dumped on us. All right, in the middle of the night. So I feel like I really feel like they might be involved with somebody else or starting an involvement with somebody else. They are moving forward. They're very self-empowered. It's really interesting because that's almost the opposite of this King of Pentacles here, this card. But I feel like they are feeling empowered now to move on in a different direction, romantic direction. Or Mr. O, I know you brought up the thing about they're moving on with physical things in their life. It's possible that they have some business thing going on right now that is really consuming them, and it's they're trying to make it work and be successful. That's the only other thing I can think of here when I see that combination of the bear and the moon together.
Well, the interesting thing, of course, is Cancer is ruled by the moon, and so we have the moon there.
Well,
but the bear doesn't correlate to Capricorn necessarily.
No.
I guess with the Lenormand there, I actually feel more strong about the idea that they're moving on, and now I feel like they may be moving on to another relationship because of the moon there. The moon could be indicating that. So I don't feel that there's animosity, but I just sort of feel they have moved on.
And you know, when I think about it, I could say one thing, Susie, addressing do they care? Because this is like a mama bear kind of image here, and the moon is about love and romance, so maybe this is talking about the past relationship and just saying, you know, maybe they do care a little bit about what happens to the Capricorn, but it's more in like a more caring concern sort of way, not in a love sort of way, kind of, if you get my drift on that. Of course, they want to not see the Capricorn be hurt, but I think they're moving on. So that's what we have for you. All right. Good luck with that. And we are on Rakesh and then Violet. And Mr. O can go tend to bunnies. And maybe some of the grass. We were thinking of clipping a little more grass outside to add to their nest so that they have a little bit more surrounding them. But we have to keep some of that nest stuff there. But it got soaking wet. So hopefully that's dried out too.
That was a little rough. Some things just didn't have a real strong feel for that question, but I think we did arrive.
He has a girlfriend.
I think we did arrive at the right answer.
Okay.
So you're welcome. And Violet, the bunnies are in the garage. They've been in there since 4:30 this morning.
Well, we had to get them out of the wet. And the ground had been so wet out there,
I just didn't feel good about putting them
back
out there. So they're in a nice little container that is okay for them. And they're really chilling. I think it's that whole, you know, when they're below ground, they're in darkness anyway. So I think they like being in the dark garage. They're just kind of
So they were sleeping and resting, and that was good for them.
So we're going to
take them out. I think we are going to take them out sooner than later as long as the weather holds up. And we can... you know, keep them out there till Mama comes at least. Yeah. And then we'll have to think about it again. We haven't even talked to our neighbor about all of this since this happened.
Well, it's hard.
I don't know what he thinks. He might think they're gone and that the mama moved them, but she did not.
Well, with everything going on, and he has out-of-town company too this weekend, so it's just, today's the one day we haven't actually seen them.
Yeah.
Okay, what's up? Who? What? Wheel spin for Rakesh.
Oh, I spin?
No, I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
And do we have the question?
If X is returning.
Okay, we had Temperance on the spin, so not a free reading from us.
Okay, let's go. Let's do the reading.
Where's the question? There it is. Okay. I'm going to use the Crow's Magic Tarot.
Okay.
What do you think we should do?
Well, so if they asked if X is returning, we could do a yes no.
Let's
but
do
then
the
it
yes
says
no.
general after that.
Okay, well let's just throw 3 and see how that works. Then we can throw the quick yes or no as we verge on 5. There you go.
We'll see if we have to do anything after that.
I sure hope you're right, Violet. I was horrified having to run out there at 4:30 in the morning. It was so dark, and
I was horrified. It seemed like it was just raining steady, and all of a sudden it just started coming down like raining cats and dogs.
You know, Mommy put the nest really close to that wall, and so there is a little bit of an overhang once you get up there. But with the force of the rain, it is not totally productive. And of course, they're meant to be underground. They were on the surface, so there's just no way they would have stayed dry there. I hope they're all right.
Okay. Oh, sorry. You want me to count?
Oh, we're doing it that way? Okay.
I thought we said a yes, no.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I don't know. Well, it's leaning towards possibly yes, that they are coming back, but I don't know. There's the Four of Wands reversed here, and the Four of Wands is a fairly happy card generally, but I'm wondering here about it. I have some thoughts. We'll talk about this. So the aces just indicate that it is leaning towards yes, Rakesh, but the Four of Wands to me is saying, I'm just going to say this, that it may not lead to something permanent. It might be something that they're back for a while again, but it may not lead to something permanent.
Okay. I could sort of see that too. I don't definitely see it, and I'm not sure if you do, but I feel like it could be that way too. It could be saying that they'll come back, but that maybe things won't be what they were before, whatever picture or feeling of total commitment or happiness you may have felt. There may be just a little bit of a diminished edge there. It could be that, of course, you know, once things like this happen, somebody always feels like, well, if they did it once, they might do it again, or they're more likely to do it again. So we don't know if that's true or not, but, you know, that's what some people do tend to feel. We're going to do our Lenormand now.
I might do something else for you too, but go ahead. Let's do the Lenormand. I have a comment to make beyond the Lenormand. I don't even see what you're trying to show me. I'm not looking.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, I don't look. No matter how much you wave at me.
So I have pulled the key, and Banshee pulled the she-bear.
So the key here is to be strong, be empowered, and stand up for what your expectations are, you know, if your ex returns. Stand up for yourself and be strong, and, you know, make sure that whatever drew you apart is not going to happen again. So you have to look out for your own self-interests, I think, in this situation. That's a given here with those two cards, I think.
I feel a little bit more positive about the idea that, you know, maybe it'll be okay. Like I said before, it may either take a while or may never feel exactly like it did before, but it will probably be okay because of the Lenormands. But I feel that the key resonates towards the Ace of Swords, which is about, you know, achievement or a victory in a sense. So I do feel that mostly, if it's not going to be really, a lot of recriminations all the time, if you can find that basis to recreate what your life was, that's the Four of Wands, you may be able to do it.
Well, and what I wanted to add, Rakesh, is whether this relationship just broke up or there's years between you or months, whatever the case may be, you have to remember now, you both have experienced a split. You both have changed in some ways since this happened. The split changes you in some way, both of you. And so the thing is, can that be resolved for you to build again a solid foundation? That's always the question, if somebody comes back. So I'm just saying it may work for a time, but it may be that you'll decide you have to part ways again. And maybe if it wasn't amicable the first time, it might be more so the second time. It might be where, well, we've given this a shot, but it's just not going to work. So I don't know. I'm kind of sensing that when I look at these cards.
I think your husband might be onto something, but I'll have to tell you that my very first love, my first girlfriend, many years ago, pre-Banshee, of course, all of that, was also my ex twice. And that means that basically we came together, then she dropped me, she went out with somebody different, somebody who I knew, and then she broke up with that person, she wanted to get back together with me, and then the same thing happened again. She dropped me again eventually. So there was no third time to take her back, or whatever time.
I'm shuffling your cards without those for a reason.
Oh.
I see you put those away, but that's okay. I want you to... No, I don't want you to shuffle. I don't want you to shuffle at all. I want you to pull a card out of here. I want to throw a wild card into this, Rakesh. Sorry. Rakesh. All right.
Ten of coins.
There is some kind of a bond between you, I feel, that, is somewhat strong. Whether there's a material aspect to it or not, there's something connecting you. It's kind of a weird thing. It's almost as if...
Do you have children together, or do you have shared obligations together, or did you, something that you had to share that was something that was obligatory in some sense?
This might be one of the factors involved, and this looks positive, like you will try to resolve things and you will come together for that. But like I said, I'm just not sure if it's going to be long-term or not. So long as there are some signs of hope, though, let's hold on to that and see what happens, how things develop. I wish you success in whichever way things go, Rakesh. Good luck to you.
Good luck, Rakesh. Thanks for coming.
All right. That leaves us with Violet Lotus.
Violet Lotus.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well,
that's a good question, eh?
I don't know, Violet. Maybe not. I mean, you were pretty spot on with that airplane thing. So don't sell yourself off here, but I know it's more to it than just that. And it's nice when we can feel like we're in more the zone. Sometimes, like even with this message that I got with the hawk, you feel like, what the heck? You feel like these things are happening out of your control. My deck?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't used this one in a while. Let's do that. Yeah, it's like syncs are great when you can really take those syncs and sync it to something else in your life. But I'm kind of flummoxed right now to what this all meant. It's almost like a deja vu. You know, what happened to us with the hawk and the three of us.
Were we arguing during the the card party?
The card party. I honestly can't remember all the specifics, but I really think it was going well. I do seem to remember we had popcorn or something. There was something on the table. I have a memory of just a lot of that because it was so shocking when it happened and we saw the bird waving. And this is years ago.
The hawk was picking apart its prey and...
We're eating popcorn. No, we were doing that before that.
Well, you know, there was a little bit of prickliness yesterday in some of our conversations.
Well, there was, but actually it was all pretty good. We were all caring for one another. It's just very strange. Dropping my cards. Pounding the table.
You do that pretty well yourself.
Oh. The Three of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles. Didn't you get this recently? Did you get this on Happy Hour? Do you remember what you had on Happy Hour?
Oh, I think it was. Eight of Cups.
Eight of Cups. Bam, Violet. Well, what can you do to get back on track is the question. You know, you need to evaluate just what you're searching for, what you're seeking here, what you're looking out for, what results, what are the actual results.
Sorry.
It's okay. What the actual results you are trying to obtain, you know, here. Because I think something is happening. There are things happening that are positive for you. You're waiting for something, though. You are seeking something. And the Knight of Pentacles upright indicates to me that things might be moving slowly. You know, COVID might have slowed you down a bit, slowed things down a bit. But you are moving upward, you are elevating, it's clear. And especially if you did get that in Happy Hour, you know, it's another sign, a synchronicity that, you know, things are elevating for you, but it is a slower process now. I think it's happening and there's movement, but you know that Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race.
Well, especially because they're reversed.
No, they're not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
okay.
they're not.
Either way then. But patience, grasshopper. As Shang-Chi or whoever.
Good point, though. Don't you think, too, because maybe it's the Knight of Pentacles, it's saying, patience, grasshopper, because really, you are still healing. Well, you are still healing.
I'm going to just take it from what you asked, though, about basically your abilities, and say that
post-COVID.
They are there still. They are there. That's the Three of Wands. They will be there. They will be there when you need them. This is about something that comes to you, you know.
Right. She was asking how to get back on track since COVID.
I can't tell you that. I think it's mostly about having patience and letting them come back on their own, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You are moving towards something, so maybe this is the idea is that as you're moving towards full recovery, you know, and it may take a while, sweetie, you will get there, though. Once you get there, things will kind of get back into that normal. And I bet you any money the Lenormand will show us that.
Oh! He's putting a lot of pressure on the Lenormand draws here. I don't know.
No, I really feel like there is something about this needing to run it in a cycle. That's the Eight of Cups. You know, you're moving towards something that is not quite here yet.
Stay there. We're not done yet. Oh. What do you got? I'm trying to figure this one out and I can't. Could this be a particular guide?
Scratch his eyes
the
out.
Gentleman and movement, the ship. So I almost feel like maybe something is... Go ahead. You seem to want to say something.
I was going to say that maybe this is the time now to see if the various guides and things, Demi and others, will move you. Ask them to show you the way, to show you which path to go, or show you. You probably are, but I'm thinking that's what it's saying is that, there's a ship in the Three of Wands, so it is about waiting for this movement to happen.
Yeah, it's interesting.
This is a movement coming towards you. This is a movement from you going somewhere else.
Yeah, I know. It's really funny. On one hand, you're waiting for the ship to come in, and on the other hand, you're just walking there. In a way.
Patience, grasshopper.
It's really kind of wild. And then we, of course, have this ship here. I think that basically you're right, Mr. O. It could be the guides will move you there. But also... I was just thinking too, your partner does Reiki, so maybe some little boost of something is needed here to move things along as well. I'm just going to throw that out there. Maybe your partner can be beneficial to you to help you move some of the energies.
Move the Kai. Oh, wait, that's Feng Shui.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, that's the only other thing I can get out of that. I think this was fairly clear. I'm not saying that this is muddied waters, no. But I do think that something is moving, and it could be you are going to be moving closer to maybe one or more of your guides who might be able to assist you.
Well, it's funny because there's movement on both sides and then in the middle.
Yes.
And the middle is where the detail is saying, like, rather than waiting for your abilities to come back, rather than finding how to pursue them coming back on your own, consult with them or listen to what advice they would give.
So, it's funny. A lot of our readings today had some odd synchronistic things in them. From the Mark of the Beast, Kara. No. To just some other quirky synchronicities. And then, of course, we had that synchronicity with the hawk. So, I don't know. But take it for what it's worth, Violet. I think it's very important that you got 2 days in a row that 8 of Cups. So I feel like relax, take it slow, and just know everything in its time. I know how we Aries are. We want things now, but we can't always have them.
I know that's right.
So, we want them now. We want that delivery now. All right, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. Thanks, everybody, for hanging with us today. We had a great time. We had a great show. It's late. We're going to get into bunny mode now. And
see you on Thursday.
Hopefully this will resolve itself one way or another soon. We have to get to the bottom of what's best for the bunnies here.
I want to tell you on Thursday that it must not be bunnies.
Yeah, definitely. So take care, everybody. I hope you all have some sunshine in the rest of your day, and we'll see you really, really soon, okay? Bye-bye for now.